Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Glad to see you stopping by, Cecil. Yeah, I really would probably have marathon this game already if it were not for the fact that I was streaming it. But yeah, I'm also excited to play through more of this masterpiece. I was just sitting in the jukebox just playing while the waiting screen was going on. But I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. We're gonna get back to the actual screen here, and today we're gonna do one of the other longer chapters. We're gonna do the near future chapter. I think, depending on how long this takes, or this one takes, I'll probably do the distant future paired along with either one of these two chapters, because distant future isn't too long, so that'll probably be the stream. It'll probably be 2 streams before we unlock the 8th chapter. Welcome, Stream to Steam. As well, how's your day been, everyone? My day's been pretty good. I think I woke up a little bit late, and I canceled my vocal lesson today, and I moved it to Saturday because I was like one of those days where it was just like, I don't think I'll have the energy to do both the vocal lesson and the stream today. I thought I would when I planned my schedule out, but I was like, you know, I think I need a little bit more of a break. So I moved my vocal lesson over to Saturday. Evie, if you're listening, please look away. Please close your ears. No one tell Evie. But I'm excited to play through more of this. I don't know. I guess with summer vacation being in full swing for me now that I'm not doing summer school, I've fallen back into my delinquent patterns of staying up really late and also sleeping in fairly late. I know sleeping until 11 isn't like the latest. Like, I have friends who definitely sleep well past the noontime, but it feels late to me when I wake up at 11. It always feels late to me when I wake up at a time that is in the double digits or in the PM. But let's get started with the near future chapter. One day soon, but not yet. A rebellious youth lives a hard life, getting into trouble and picking fights because he knows what others are thinking. A rough routine, but one to which he's grown accustomed. However, his power eventually leads him to become involved in a dark conspiracy, which can only be stopped through the resurrection of an ancient robot king, the Steel Titan. A teacher in a body, a student in mind. Honestly, in body, I might also be a student still, if we're gonna be really honest here. Students still think I look like one of them, and it's always kind of funny. The mask makes me look a little bit less like a student, but sometimes I'll get mistaken for a student still. Though, yeah, with the mask, I guess it's a little bit more infrequent, and since I'm not wearing a uniform, obviously they won't think that I'm a student. But during dress down days, I'll sometimes get the odd call out, and people will think, yeah, that's a student. Oh yeah, this was always really cool.
So tell me,
the way they had the
with
eyes
your lot in
here.
life?
You betcha, I'm happy. He's gonna read my mind. I love
Glad
these like
to hear
pixelated
it.
eyes.
That being said, you could spare a thought for folks who haven't got it good as you know?
Oh, okay. I think he reads your mind here.
Not to get too preachy, though I suppose I kinda did. But hear me out. Just a little longer.
I feel like it adds that it's voice acted here, because in the SNES version it wasn't, so I feel like that's really cool to hear a voice there as he talks to you, like, to you directly. I remember in one of your classes, one of the students managed to fool the others that they were to lecture, and people believed it for a few seconds. That's always really funny when, like, a student stands at the teacher's podium and pretends to be the teacher, and then you as a teacher walk in and you're like, what's happening here?
Dad!
What's going on? Hey, it's from MP. Welcome. I hope you're having a good one. But yeah, I've definitely seen it happen before, where like students will pretend to be the teacher and they're like, "Oh my God, Mr. Ambrose, I didn't realize you were here today," and then they just like run to their seat. Or like when freshmen do it, because like there's like always that one freshman who's like always really tall and old looking. Here we see Akira's tragic backstory. By the way, this entire chapter is like very inspired by Akira, as far as I can tell.
Dad, come on! Please!
It's inspired by Akira so much to the point that the default name for the protagonist is also just Akira.
But he didn't.
He did not wake up.
I got there just in time to see the light leave my father's eyes.
Very traumatic start.
He was a cop. Riot police. A decorated officer who had been tasked with taking down a notorious biker gang, the Crusaders. I doubt he had any idea it might turn out like this when he left for work that morning.
Oh,
I
he
looked
just
up
got
to him.
gunned down.
He was my hero. He sacrificed so much. And then...
I think this is probably like the most tragic backstory that any of the characters in Live Alive have, actually. Unless you count like the... I guess not even compared to like the ancient China chapter. Anyway, we go back to the modern day, which is
Okay,
slightly more
everyone,
modern than
we
the
have
modern
some
day.
new friends joining
Millennium
us
later, the
today.
Crusaders are at it again. We have some new friends.
Go on and introduce yourself to the others.
You know, for the near future, the fact that the school is this small seems kind of unrealistic. Like, I guess, I don't know how it is in Japan with, like, little schools like this. Like, I guess this is also supposed to be, like, kind of an orphanage, too. So that might be why it's, like, so small. Yeah, Akira. Time for war crimes. This is actually not war crimes. This is gang violence that we're going into, Cab. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day, too.
And this is his little sister, Cowdy. Now.
So yeah, we're orphans.
Yes,
It's I know, you could mistake this for a Fire Emblem
What
game.
was
Our
that,
parents are dead,
Watanabe?
so like that's like the most important part of a Fire Emblem game, being an orphan.
Yes, miss.
And hey, look, Watanabe without a dead father for now. I think this is actually like the scenario in which Watanabe has the most screen time without dying.
It was around the time Cowdy and I were sent to Bright Spark's orphanage that I first noticed I was different. That I'd begun to develop some strange powers.
He can
Found
talk to
that I
the
could
he
read
can talk to the
people's minds
player.
and even make things move without touching them.
Oh no, he's gonna read my mind
was
and
as
see that I'm
easy
not
as
really
pushing a
happy.
button.
Oh no.
And just like that, I could hear their inner thoughts.
I
Loud
literally,
and clear.
it's so bad. When I play on a Switch, I always have to look down at the controller. This doesn't happen for most other consoles, but Nintendo face buttons for some reason always trip me up. I blame the GameCube.
Yeah, just like that. So
But yeah,
tell
we-
me, if you had the power to read people's minds, how would you use it? As for me,
How would I read people's mind? I would walk up to everyone that I see and read their mind, just so I can get the extra set of flavor text. I always really appreciate when games do that. Like, I referenced Golden Sun in the title here, but like, the fact that you have a game with so many NPCs, and you have to write dialogue for all of them when you talk to them, and then you also have to write an alternate set of dialogue for when you read their minds. The World Ends With You is also like that to an extent, but you didn't read every NPC's mind, which also I guess it helps that you don't talk to every NPC as well. But like a game like this, or like Golden Sun, where you have so many people in the world map, and you have to create separate sets of dialogue, it's always like a really nice touch. Or like when you play, I started playing the Trails series. I started playing, I think, Trails in the Sky. I'm afraid you judge me harshly if you could read my mind. I probably wouldn't, honestly. I'm not very judgmental as a person. But yeah, like, games where like they always like are changing dialogue or adding extra dialogue, I always appreciate, because it's so much extra writing that probably is going to get overlooked. Oh, and this is, I think, one of the earliest, or one of the first instances where we actually don't see all full voice acting. I could never get it with playing like this. I was chained to a desk. Yeah. Wagey got to leave us cagey. I don't want no trouble. Can't you leave me be? Yo, you want trouble. I know you do. I'll bet this kid's one of those biker hooligans. Where's his skull helmet? But yeah, I also like the effect, because back in the SNES days, it was just like a bright yellow flash. Here it's like these entire like ESP waves, Esper waves. I have no shame at all. All right, man, you're just jealous. Oh, the mischief me and the missus kisses. Like that. That's cute, you know? Like how you can write the dialogue about how they would think outwardly, and then how they would like what they would actually be thinking. I think it's a really cute way to like have flavor text there. What's your deal? Do I know you? You're hungry. Hungry boy. A taiyaki right now. I'll give that kid a taiyaki. He deserves it. Italian by. I love that you can also get the dialogue for people like just going on a date. Dot dot dot. When the time is right. No idea what's bugging her, but it seems like a pretty big deal. She's gonna rob this man. This man is going to get robbed. Fail not dating guide. Don't damn. The word fails in that dating guide. You're absolutely missing. What? Eh? He's probably gonna like run away or something. God, just seeing how bad the dating is going. Ooh, chirp, chirp, chirp. Can you talk to the birds? Or read the birds' minds? Imagine if you could read animal minds. Sir, stop running. Sir, please. What? Mom said not to talk to strangers. You must be one of those creeps. A kidnapper, please, no. I am a good man. I am a kind soul. And I also read your mind, so I know you think I'm a creep. Very rude of you, honestly, to just call me a creep when you don't even know me. Here they are. So one thing that I think is interesting about Akira as a character is that he's not a particularly offensive character. I remember when I would play this on the SNES and like the game wouldn't tell me what things did. Akira's moves are honestly like super weak, so when you fight alone, it just feels terrible. Reading dog's mind, bark food, bark, bark, wag, wag, one, arf, arf. I'm sure dogs have a little bit more in-depth thoughts than that. And also probably cats. Cats probably would have even more vicious thoughts. I can read people's minds. I've been doing this the entire time, buddy. Don't try anything stupid now.
What the hell?
What the hell do they
What
want?
we got here?
What the hell did they want?
What
They
we
all-
got here?
Is that all they're gonna say?
You looking at?
Every time the censor beep
What the hell
comes
did
up,
they want?
that gets me every time.
You looking at?
Sir, what do you want from me? Dumbass kid.
You
Wow.
think I'd meet the quota, but this kid.
He's gonna kidnap me. There we go.
Screw you and your quota. I'm not going anywhere with you losers.
What?
What did you say to me?
I feel like you shouldn't give away the fact that you're a mind reader so easily. That might be just me, but if you could read minds, and you read what someone's saying in their head, I feel like saying it out loud is kind of like a terrible way to reveal that. Ooh, my man Matsu!
Goddamn kids. Since when did the Crusaders start snatching kids?
I love this man. This is like the
Who the hell
Kamina
are
of this
you?
chapter. And that means a lot
Who
of
am
things.
I?
There's a lot of implications there.
Isn't it obvious?
I'm the goddamn Taiyaki man.
I'm a local businessman.
That's what he says. The fact that he says it doesn't say goddamn really makes me upset. That was like one of my favorite lines in the translation. Also, this is one of my favorite battle themes. I feel like they probably changed it in the translation, but back in the Aeon Genesis translation, this track was called A Painful Death at the Hands of a Psycho, which I think is kind of a weird title because I think by psycho they were supposed to be like espers, you know, like psychic people, but then they just went for the psycho part. Also, like, look at these damage low everywhere. Mother's shame. Confuse enemies with thoughts of their mom so they lose the will to fight. Think happy thoughts to restore HP. I wish I could heal myself by just thinking happy thoughts, honestly. I think we just moved down one tile to nail everyone with Mother's shame. Like, Akira does not do a lot of damage. He is a support character. Oh, but that one shots, I guess. Not the big biker dude, but that's why we got Matsu here. He ran me over with a motorcycle and did 32 damage. They changed one of his attack names. I remember back in the SNES game, they called this Pissed Fist, which is probably one of the best names for an attack ever. Just you're so mad you just punch someone. Also, it's AoE. He punches so hard it has an AoE. Or hits low. These are all just fists and kick. Capitalism, like, I'm a business owner and I've come for blood. That is modern day capitalism. Blood is money, but also, like, can you really call yourself a business owner if you can't get into a fist fight with people? Like, that's really the way of the businessman. Also, they're renaming him to Lawless, not Matsu. Feels so bad. I feel like Matsu was a cool enough name, but I guess it was supposed to be more like a title than an actual name.
Thanks, man. I owe you one.
You better watch your back, kid. Those punks have been acting weird lately.
I also love that he's
More
just
like
on a motorcycle.
Trying to snatch an orphan. No one's gonna pay my ransom.
How's your sis doing?
Kaori? She's cool. She's... my head.
Oh, reading
Took a
reading
hit,
minds
huh?
gives you a migraine.
Come on.
Thanks,
I feel
Matsu.
like if in the remake
Seriously,
they don't do
why do
one
you think
scene
those
that looks
guys
like the
came after
Akira
me?
bike slide, I'll be really upset. They've got to at least reference it once here, given like the inspirations for this chapter. All right, let's see. Let's see if the dialogue changed in between the fight. No, it did not. It did not change. You know, that would be a little bit excessive for it to change after just one story event. Like, that might be a little bit too much. Read his mind.
I knew they were involved. I knew it. Disappearing all those folks. This proves it.
Disappearing them? I disappeared a person. Not kidnapping, or all those folks disappearing. It's disappearing those folks. Okay. That's how they're gonna word it. Ooh, I wanna hear how they translated the song too. Because there's a theme song here that was also supposed to be like an anime opening. But now it's supposed to be dubbed in English, so I'm really excited to hear how they went for it. Because they also translated the name of the mecha from Buruki Daioh to Steel Titan. So I want to hear how this goes. I don't remember if Jam Project sings it in the translation though. I guess they probably got someone else to sing it. Go Steel Titan. Oh yes. they did get someone Japanese to sing this. Oh, this is so good. Like, this is such a glow up from the original. Like, they made a whole, like, 3D CG animation. Oh, this is perfect. This is all I could have asked for. Like, back in the GBA, it was literally just Matsu riding the motorcycle all throughout the town. Here, they actually just... Oh, that's perfect. I'm satisfied with that. I'm happy with the change there. Imagine this is how Japanese people see weeaboos. No, this is... It's like if, well, no, because, like, the whole thing is supposed to be inspired off of it. This chapter is, like, based off of, like mecha anime from the time, like, Akira,
Stay out of the game for
heavily
me.
as well, like I said. So,
Wait, Matsu.
I feel like the parallel
Why not
equivalent would be,
Come
like...
inside. Say hi yourself.
I mean, it's just
You're already
Japanese
here.
people making content that is, like, related to Japanese people, like Americans making westerns, that kind of stuff. But, like, making it in a very exaggerated manner.
Peace.
And we're back at the orphanage. This chapter is, like, super story-focused, too. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging than the past ones, because the past ones, like, they were story-focused, but I feel like there wasn't a lot of movement going around. Also, this one actually has a world map. You can see, like, punks just all running around. So we actually have, like, battles we can run into here. So there's a lot more... It's a lot closer to a typical RPG, like, even more so than, like, the ninja chapter from last stream. So we're gonna have to do a lot of story progress instead of just fighting 100 people like Undertale. And that's fine, you know. I really appreciate how they sort of incorporated so many different playstyles into their game. You know, this is probably, like, the most, like, one that you probably have to, like, be paying close attention to what's happening. But thankfully, they also gave us a radar. This radar is going to be a lifesaver.
I was getting worried. Wait, you're bleeding. Don't tell me you've been fighting again.
I literally got jumped by 4 dudes in
Freaking
one.
out.
I literally made 4 people think about their
You
moms and they
coming
peed their
home
pants.
Covered in blood isn't a big deal. Dear, your shirt's ruined too. Take it off right now.
She's oh no.
Not a little
Excuse
kid.
me. Hello? You're saying telling me to strip in the middle of the orphanage?
There we go.
Lewd.
It feels like the more laundry I get through, the more laundry there is to do.
Imagine your foster child just, like, takes off his shirt right in front of you. Alright, let's see. There's supposed to be a lot of items. Oh, the other good thing is that now that the game tells us where all the items are, I won't have to do that thing in RPGs where I, like, go to every cabinet and just, like, turn. Oh, I can wash my hands. Never mind. Oops. That's an actual thing I can do. But I don't have to, like, worry about rummaging through literally every sort of piece of furniture to think, oh, is there something here? Which is definitely one of my favorite quality of life changes in this game. Wrestling's on. Yeah, this is a lot of just flavor text. Can't handle her thoughts. Can't read the minds of, like, little children. Why are you always getting into fights? Look, man, I'm not getting into fights. The fights are getting into me. Not cool, dude. I love that, too. When characters are self-aware that you can read their minds. Give me a heads up. I'm not letting a little child back me up in a fight. I do think it's interesting. It's really interesting writing, too, I think, when, like,
Hey,
they
go
have
over on
some
Taiko's room for
characters
something to patch me
that
up, would ya?
can read your minds, too. Or can know that they can read your minds. Or know that you can read their minds. God. Thanks, Watanabe. Also, why do you look older than everyone else? Like a spot. Got the bitch seat now. But, like, why does Akira look so much older than everyone else? Like, did time not pass for all the other kids? Alright, let's take a look. I'm pretty sure we can sneak an item in here. I know Akira's like 16, yeah. Akira's supposed to be, like, but, like, the other kids literally look like they're 10. Also, welcome, Hazmat. Because he's supposed to be, like, a youth. But, like, not, like, old adult, but, like, the other kids literally look like they're, like, 8 or 9 still. Despite the fact that he, like, came in much younger. Maybe they are. They just never aged. Hey, Nova, welcome as well. Hope you're having a good one.
I'll be watching TV, so
bring it back whenever you find it. Let me read your mind, buddy. How come we never asked anyone else for help? That's because Watanabe's the GOAT. No, there's supposed to be something hidden here. His second power's drained. He stole all their age. I don't think we can steal anything here. But I know there's supposed to be some secret items that, like, you can get, but you'll also get beaten up if you take them. I don't know if they're gonna show that as a shimmer, though. You're supposed to be able to take Taiko's panties, which is supposed to be really silly, but also like an actual piece of armor that you can equip. So it's also just useful to have. Hey, it's Kaori's asleep. Orokichi, you can't die. Oh, the turtle. Imagine that's how that works. They don't age because he just keeps on sapping their age. It might be in the washroom, actually. Here we are. I did wash my hands by accident. Alright, what's in here? We got a bathroom. Oh hey, we can run the bathtub or the bucket. Showering with a bucket is always such a strange thing. A shampoo hat. Oh damn, they aren't gonna show us everything. So we are gonna have to be a little bit more attentive to picking up items here. Because otherwise, we're going to miss out on some items. And it's really important in this chapter, because there's a lot of items that you need in order for item crafting later on in the game. So, it's a little inconvenient that they don't give this to us here. Like every other chapter, they just told us where the items were. Now, we have to actually manually look for things. I can't believe it. I have washed my hands. Here, I'll wash my hands again right next to you so you can see. I'm singing a song while it happens, 30 seconds, washing off all the disease. Alright, we've talked to everyone. We go back to the TV, I guess? I guess we watch the TV. Ugh. Input lag makes it really hard to get through these narrow corners.
It's time for the long-awaited National Wrestling Showdown! And
it'd be really interesting if like characters from like other eras could show up in like these eras. Because like it's reasonable for like Masaru to be represented in this chapter because there's not too much of a distance, like 20 years in between the two.
Prepare yourselves for the unprecedented. And there's the gong signaling the beginning of this legendary bout.
Watch some pro wrestling. Do a suplex.
Give him the corkscrew elbow.
He's about to hit someone. Ooh. You pushed me.
Not cool, Yuki.
She just elbowed someone who got into a fight.
Everyone calm down and stop. Yeah, I found something to patch you up.
Oh, they're telling Akira off for fun. Yeah, and then they're watching wrestling. And then she just elbows him. They're telling him off for getting into a fight, and then he just elbows. And her seat got stolen. He's about to dropkick this kid. Poor Watanabe. He can't catch a break, even when his dad's like... Oh wait, his dad's already dead, so... Oh yeah, that's the thing. We don't have to go through a Watanabe father's death scene if he's already an orphan. Which, that's just kind of sad. It's sad, but like that's... It makes sense that he just appears as a character here. Also, we get 1 defense and like negative 20 drip. Like, imagine if drip was a stat. Imagine like fashion was a stat. Like, I know like the World Ends View had fashion as like a stat to determine like what you could and couldn't wear, but like, imagine like being fashionable actually like giving you like stat ups. I guess Twelve also had that in the way of you know, certain brands giving you more power if they were popular. The guy's name is literally Lawless. Like, a guy named Lawless not getting into fights just sounds like wrong. There's no... He has to get into fights. That's just how it has to be. Alright, if we go into her room again, I'm like pretty sure we should be able to scrounge the dresser. Come on. Come on. It's gotta be hidden here somewhere. Give me the hot woman's underwears. Give me the orphanage mother's undies. I know it's hidden somewhere in this house.
Be so scared.
Oh no, your pet turtle. My turtle just died. Let's go!
Maybe Doc Tobey can help us out. You know, the old dude who runs the... Wait here. I'll go and see what he...
Doc Tobey, like the mad scientist? What's he gonna do, turn the turtle into a robot? Actually, I think something happens like that along those lines.
Even if your body dies, your heart won't, will it? I know it won't.
So sad. She loves that turtle so much. Let's take a step outside. That's the game telling me to leave. Yeah, I guess there's not much else secret here aside from the shampoo hat. Let's take a look outside here. I do appreciate how easy it is to switch through all the hints if you just rotate the control stick. I guess it's actually just left and right if I had to guess. Sir, let me in. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to go. Oh wait, no, there's literally a radar. What am I doing? Life goal. Finding someone who loves me is honestly very good goal. There's no telling where you'll end up. Oh, right! You can teleport, and that can lead you to some wacky places. Alright, let's just kick this guy in the leg. Low kick. Yeah! Overpowered. You just destroy the guy controlling all the RC cars, they just disintegrate. That's not how that works. Why can't I just steal the RC cars? Oh wait, we can just straight up fight people. Give me a level up. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to kick you in the shins and you're gonna die. I'm gonna make you think about your mother and you're gonna cry. Shut up already. I like how more erratic the casting looked. Oh Jesus, what is this? And a full screen AoE. That's kind of messed up. Okay, buddy. Like, the way his arms waved in the SNES version looked a lot more erratic, to the point where he looks like very silly doing it. But I appreciate that it looks more like a casting animation now instead of him flailing about. Like I remember my brother and I would like make fun of that animation when we were younger. Yeah. Oh, level 5. Did we learn anything? Behind you. Oh, cool. I can be Cold Steel the Hedgehog now. Alright, let's go over here. Man, I'm really just walking the streets here. They said it was like clear nearby. I have to like go on like 3 different right turns to get there. That's a little excessive. What is behind you? Freak out enemies so they turn around. Oh, that makes sense. Will this work? Behind you.
Scary easy.
Oh yeah, it kills. That does a little bit more damage. We take those. Yeah, a lot of you can see his damage numbers aren't really high. Like barely hitting 20 is kind of concerning. But when these enemies don't have a lot of HP, I guess it's not that big of a deal. You notice it a lot in the final chapter though, like how every other character does like in the hundreds, and he's still like struggling to break 50. Alright, but we can do this. Behind you. We should be able to just get 2 casts off this. Or we just get a 1-hit kill. And then they just break down. Yeah, this chapter you're gonna do a lot of this because there's always like one goon in the back behind a bunch of robots.
Badass.
Look, how did Akira get scuffed up in those fights when he could simply just cast magic from afar? Like he simply just says, "Oh yeah, you over there, you're fucking dead, kiddo." Like, why did I ever get beaten up? How did he ever get scuffed up? Actually, he took 1 hit, that's what it was. Alright, I think there should be items in here too. I hope that when he tells me to get items from here that they all just start glowing. Let's see. I can't even read the book. Oh man. I also just like that washing your hands is a thing here. That like, every sink you go to you can wash your hands. It seems like such a pointless thing. Oh, someone's taking a big number 2. Hello? I don't think I need to read his mind to hear all the sound effects.
You really must remember to buy some of those extra durable rolls next time. Got on my hand again.
Hello? Just use more toilet paper? I don't know what the problem is here. Why would... Ooh, that's disgusting. Brother, why would you ever have that problem? Got on his hand again. I didn't need to hear that. That's TMI.
Oh, if it isn't the orphan boy. Pleasure as always.
Just, is that just like how you greet people? Wow, if it isn't the old man. Wash your hands. I guess the sink was needed for that gag there. Just straight up just hearing him rip ass and then hear him get it all on his hands. I don't think that was necessary. Very anime of them to do that though, I guess. My turtle is dying.
What's that you say? Your sister's turtle is dying?
Is
Well,
dying.
you just leave it to me. There's more to old Toby than broken old clocks and antiques. Let me assure you.
I don't know if I trust this guy.
I'm an educated professional, after all. And by leveraging their advanced techniques,
Stop using big words.
Imbue your sister's precious Toroimo with
He's
new
literally gonna turn him into a robot. I'm pretty sure that's what happens
Time
here.
is of the essence. We will teleport ourselves to the orphanage using my matter transmitter in the basement.
That seemed like a bad idea. Like, Akira can teleport himself because he's an Esper, but like, using teleportation machines just sounds like a very bad idea. Like, the concept of teleportation always seems like really weird to me. I feel like it's just, it's gonna fuck things up. I think it works straightforwardly though. Shut up. We're just gonna go in here.
What are you doing?
Nope, goodbye. I'm not gonna get teleported to the right location, am I? Here's the thing, if I get teleported to the wrong location, I could always just unteleport myself, couldn't I? Akira has that power.
My machine!
Or does it just break? I forget. I literally just got out of a fight and now I have to deal with the machine exploding on me. Like, talk about a double whammy of a day. Looks like today's just not my day. You can literally walk there, brother. You still need to fix her turtle. Come on, buddy. How is he gonna say, yeah, we're gonna go, and then he just stands there, sad. He's not even gonna help anymore. Useless old geezer. Do we just... I guess we just go back, don't we, huh? Yeah, let's get into a fight or two. Let's scuffle with some dudes. Just for sport, you know? Just because you see some dudes in the road and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna beat your ass. I forget if these things explode on me. If they explode on me, I might cry. Please one hit. Okay, cool. Just one-shotted them. Never mind. We're fine. Because I know that there's some enemies. I remember I experienced it in the Ninja chapter where I, like, hit a bunch of really tiny enemies and they exploded and I died, like, instantly. And I was like, oh, geez. It's a good thing I have another party member. It's a very good thing I had another party member there. Because I have not saved during this chapter yet. It's a very good reminder. Isn't it, like, neat? You think, oh god, I'm gonna die here. And that's when you save after you realize you probably are gonna die. But we didn't, so we're safe, and that save is now made, so I don't have to go through the entire opening of this chapter again. Some games, there's still the archaic nature of not having a continue button instead of just a load game button, but I guess that's supposed to just be, like, the punishment for not saving frequently. Alright, I guess we go back to the turtle, but is she still doing laundry? Yes, she is. None of her dialogue has changed, which I guess is good. I don't want to have to deal with, like, seeing all the changed dialogue. Sometimes it's just, like, too much. I remember when I was playing Trails of Cold Steel, or Trails in the Sky,
So,
I was like,
what did he say?
there's too many NPCs and all their dialogue changes. I can't
Octobe's
deal
on
with
the
that.
way. I'm pretty sure he's got a plan.
How is the doctor gonna how did he get here without getting accosted by gangs? By gang fights?
Sorry I'm late. Troubled with the matter transmitter. Too much quantum. Or too little.
I walked.
In any event, I opted for a less science.
He straight up just walked there while, like, people are out there kidnapping orphans. He did not give a single fuck. I guess they're not kidnapping old men.
Allow to examine this alien amphibian. Great Scott! Little Toroimo is on his last legs.
Oh my god. I forgot that this is how this
Liquid
goes.
is our only recourse.
I'm pretty sure they literally put his heart, like what Kaori said is actually what happens. They just put his heart inside of, like, a machine. Right, that's your party member. Right.
This machine will serve as a host for his liquefacted.
They just give you a robot.
Toroimo will live again through the power of science.
She's gonna cry. You do not show a little girl her pet turtle and say,
Turning
yeah,
a turtle
I'm
into a
gonna
robot?
resurrect her into a robot. That kid's gonna have nightmares.
Indeed. I'll just fix these.
Like, I guess it depends on the kid. I think some kids would think that's really cool. Other kids would be absolutely fucking horrified.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I guess. They're just gonna turn him into, like,
I'm sure
meat.
there's a socket here somewhere.
Do I have to... Wait. From brass kettles? What the fuck did he make him out of? There's a socket over there in the corner. How does she feel about this? Why does he keep calling him Taroimo? I don't remember naming after a vegetable. He doesn't even know what the turtle's named. Why can I not read your mind? Anyway. The socket's literally right over there. Please, lag. Please, input lag.
Ah, there it is. Give me a sec.
Why did that have to be part of, like... Why couldn't that be part of the cutscene? You just killed him. Did we just murder someone? I forget if he dies from that. I don't think he does. But hey, we got a turtle. We got a turtle robot. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum. Yeah, I guess scientists don't just die from that.
Isn't science? But wait,
I just love the scientist trope of, like, he just gets exploded, and then he just screams out of joy. Hi, Benish. Welcome. Man, you just tased yourself. Like that's just the crazy scientist trope.
The steel titan might also be suitable.
Right, that's how buruki daioh works.
Of course.
He's just gonna put someone's soul into the buruki daioh. The steel titan.
Whoa, it's really Moop.
Turtle man, let me hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Cowdy.
Aww. I guess that answers the question of what if we read an animal's mind.
Quit following.
He became your new best friend. I love that. How does she feel about this? Also, he's just level 5. Or are you Taroimo now? I guess it's okay if you're named after a vegetable if he saved your life. Imagine someone saves your life and it's just like, oh right, this is your name now. I don't know what your name was. I might have been misspelling it. It's like if I died and someone brought me back to life and spelled my name as Elliot with 1 T, I'd just be like, yeah, I guess that's my name now. I become the Elliot with 1 L and 1 T. It's like, yeah, I guess I can't say no to this being my new name. Hey, it's Tycho. It's time for your afternoon nap. Why do the kids have to have an afternoon nap, but I'm like a grown-ass man? Get back to sleep, kiddo. Like, I wonder how much older Akira was than the kids, if, like, they still look this young. Like, I wonder if, like, if he came in, like, at, like, a much older age, because he looked young during, like, the introduction scene. Come on, none of these guys have any items. You're probably gonna be giving me some Z's. Oh, hey, what's up? You passed up stacks. I got you. Here, have a napalm grenade. Just give him a napalm grenade. Give me another taiyaki. These kids want taiyaki, so I guess I have to go to Matsu. The silent stinkers. Nah, sorry. I guess I have to give them snacks to get some extra items. So we'll probably do that, because it looks like the kids are asleep. I'll buy the washroom later. Right, the panty raid. Not this time. Sigh. That's something I ate. I can't stop. Why does this chapter just why are they so determined to just be gross? Please. Why do they have to team up talk about ripping ass? Do I have to talk to Tycho first? I want to go get some taiyaki. I want to get some snacks. God, sometimes I think about when I was at church one time and my cousin, like, we were doing communion, so we were getting like the bread and the wine, and when they called communion, my cousin was sitting right next to me and he was just like, ooh, snacks. The way he said that always gets me. Like, you're in church eating the blood of Christ and then he just says, oh, snacks. Like, so excited, like a piece of bread is gonna do anything for him, but like the way he treats it as a snack, just that's sat with me in my head for like the past like 8 years or so. What is it? What did we just get? The matron's crochet? What is this? I guess I could wear it somewhere. Wow, wait. This lowers your special attack significantly for no reason. Like, why does it lower it so much? B-ball kicks? Why do they call it that? Just call him Jordans at that point. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to take a dump! The way he sits, like, he like cross-legged while he sits. Oh wow.
I was this, but don't worry, I got it.
He got her dirty little secret. A wad of Watanabe's pocket lint. Thanks,
I
kid.
said pocket money, not pocket lint.
They just stole from her. Oh wow, they're literally stealing money from her. I forgot about that part. I thought that was the part where they take her underwear. What's with games and doing that? I remember in Cave Story, you could also take Curly's underwear if like you went to like behind like a bookshelf or something. Let's see. Can we leave now? Do we have to go back to the washroom twice? Like, I think it's fine that they're forcing you to do these things, but like I want to do like other things. I hate like when games like railroad you this hard. Sigh. Alright, Watanabe.
Got something for you.
What is it? Is it money?
Better get go.
Is it money? Her pouch. Jesus Christ. Literally all her money. What's... Because it's also weird because it's armor, right? Let's see what this gives. Or it might be an outfit. It might be an actual like, clothing. It doesn't give us anything. It doesn't give us any stats. Does it give any stats if we give it to the little frog boy? This one literally just gives you negative stats. That's wild. Why does it give you negative stats? We'll take that over there. Can we leave now? I want to get these kids food. I want to be a good older brother. How many times are they going to make me do this? How many times are they going to make me go in and out of this washroom? How many times do I have to go doo-doo? Sir, please. What is it this time?
Got something for. Right. Better.
Like, am I gonna have to keep doing this? For picture. Why is that defense? Why is that armor? Let's see what this gives. Like, this is like very convoluted. Maybe I'll keep it in my breast pocket. I don't think this is gonna give any stats, is it? No, it doesn't even change like immunities or anything. Just hold on to it, I guess. I don't know why it gives defense, but you know, stats are stats, you know. I don't question why equipment gives things. I swear to God, if you don't let me leave. How many times does this have to happen? How many times do I have to go in and out of the washroom? At a point, this just becomes really convoluted and excessive, I feel. Is it the 4th time? The 5th time?
Got something for you.
Also, have you not been busted at this point? How is he just... There it is.
Hey, what are you two do?
Uh-oh, we've been busted.
Let me guess. You're making him honestly.
Slap. Bam! Got him. Got his ass. What's this? Her Furious Fist? What is that supposed to be? She definitely gave it to me. Is it supposed to be a glove or literally like the emotional impact of getting slapped by your mom? What is this? What a good description. The concentrated rage of a teacher who's sick of your shit. That's a very good description. Just the essence of her anger is what we got. Alright, Taiko, let's see. Can we get anything from this room? Probably not. I know we're good. We have to go get fish now. We gotta get some fish. Please let me leave. There we go. Jesus Christ, that was a very strange, like, forced segment. Sir farts a lot. Sorry, dude. Unless you want napalm grenades. Read her mind. I've not seen Kenichi in a while. I don't remember who Kenichi is. Watanabe's badge. Oh, right. His dad was a cop. Matron's crochet. Oh, we get a lot of these. A punk's jacket. Are we literally just taking all the laundry? What? I guess we can... Is this infinite? Full body tights? Hello? There we go. We took all the laundry. They're not gonna miss that. We just got a bunch of... We just stole all the laundry at the orphanage. These kids don't have a lot, and we're just taking their stuff. I'm pretty sure. Like, what's with all these negative stat items? There's Punk's jacket. That's a huge stat increase. Somebody said simple full body tights. Full body tights. God damn, those are good. Punk jacket. Do I go? I got no shoes. I got no drip. This pocket lint. Why? Why did these like decrease your stats so harshly? All right. Like -10, -21. Very strange. 20 pounds of pain coming in. We can get full body tights. We can put tights on the robot. That seems appropriate. Alright, let's save, because I don't want to go through that entire washroom segment again. Some segments don't need to be as drawn out as they are, but they decided to draw that out. Alright, I'm going to assume that we can kind of go wherever right now. Yeah, we got to go back to the doctor's office. But we're going to go and take a stop at the taiyaki stand first. You know, all these kids want taiyaki. We got to give it to them. I don't think there's money in this game, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. Help enemies relax so they take a nap. And he's weak to this. Well, let's charge up.
Sleep it off.
See how much damage this does. Oh. 0 damage. Wow. A lot of them just fell asleep, I guess. Yeah, so Taro just has very strange ranges here. We're gonna just pass. We're gonna pass turn and just cast the Mother's Shame again. Gonna cry, pee your pants, call your mommy. There we go. There we go. Just a free amount of EXP. Don't you just love when you can win a fight by killing one dude out of like the 10 that spawned in front of you?
He's a badass.
And also, as you notice, Taro does not get level ups. He sort of just gets more powerful based on like getting robot components, which is what the purpose of all those like useless equipments are. You give them to the doctor, and he sort of just that's like your crafting material. All right, right. So there's a lot of extra side quests here. Let's see. Lawless, help me. Let me help you sell taiyaki.
Business could be better.
Look, buddy, I'll help you
Hey,
sell
kid.
the taiyaki.
Mike.
Let's see.
How much for one?
100 yen. Yeah, 100 yen to the kid.
Thanks.
Matsu's gonna be mad at
Good
me.
job, kid. Here,
Oh.
take this.
What do you give me? A taiyaki. There we go. We need to get 4 taiyakis, I think. Pretty sure we need 4
How
of them.
much for one?
300 yen.
Huh? That? But they're really.
Is he gonna be mad at me for
Good
overcharging
job,
the kid?
kid. Here,
Oh, cool.
take
Thanks. Thanks. A banana crepe. I need. Ooh. What the dog doing? Welcome, Wired Lane BT or Rain-chan. Welcome, welcome. What the dog doing? Let me get my fortune cards out. But I hope you're having a good day. Let's shuffle this deck. Shuffle this deck while we're going through this taiyaki minigame. Let's
How
shuffle.
much for one?
A customer, an older lady. Oh fuck! I
Thank you.
overcharged her. Oh god, he's gonna be so mad at me. He's gonna be so mad at me.
What are you playing at? You gotta tweak the price to match the customer, not just wing it.
Sorry. He's so mad at me. Oh no. Let me have this on auto scroll.
How much for one?
Shuffle this deck a little bit. 300 yen.
Huh?
That seems pretty steep. But they're good.
But they're really good too. So I guess it's
Alright.
cool.
What the dog doing? I rolled the 10 of cups in reverse,
Good job, kid.
crossed by the 3
Here,
of wands
take
also
this.
in reverse. So it means the dog seems pretty restless right now. The dog has settled in after a long celebration, but he's still feeling restless. You know, the dog was up and at it, and now feels like the dog feels like he wants to do a little bit more. He's impatient, you know. Sometimes you want to party hard and you want to party long, but he only got to party hard but not long. I didn't see what I just got.
How much for one?
Let's see. 1,000 yen.
I swear these used to be cheaper.
Stop being so
Whatever,
upset.
I'll take it.
There you go. See? It's sold. It's sold.
Good job, kid.
Good job, kid.
Here, take this.
Give me a taiyaki. Oh, what's this? A Guts and Glory special. That doesn't sound like a good snack.
for one?
You're gonna pay 300 yen and you're gonna like it.
Huh? But they're
I guess it really is just dependent on the
job, kid.
NPC.
There.
There's not many NPC types. A banana I guess Taiyaki is probably
How
like
much
the
for
best choice. And 1,000.
I swear, whatever.
Oh, whatever, I'll take it.
Good job, kid. There.
Yeah, $10 for a Taiyaki actually seems like super expensive. I remember like at the Japanese marketplace that I usually buy these from. It's like 6 Taiyaki for $8. Here, old lady.
You got to be.
Sorry. Sorry. He's gonna punch me.
What are you playing?
How much am I supposed to charge old ladies?
How much for?
300?
You got to be.
Really?
What are you?
I didn't realize that old ladies would be such cheapskates.
How much for one? Huh? But
So the kid is
Good job,
300.
kid. There.
The young lady is like 1,000, and the granny is 100. That's
how much?
why do tiny babies who have never worked a day in their lives have to pay more than an old granny?
Good job. There.
Cheapskate ass old lady, old sack of bones.
How much for one?
What happens if I give her 300?
Thank you.
Is that too little?
Good
Is he
job,
mad?
kid. There.
Oh, cool. A banana crepe. We are getting a lot of healing. This is
How much for one?
strangely free. Rich man.
So.
Is he mad?
Good job, kid. There.
Okay, no.
Take the.
I was about to say, a businessman like that's gotta be able to afford 1,000. Maybe the lady wants to pay $100. That would be really funny.
How much for? Thank you.
There we go.
Good job, kid.
So there's 4 kinds of NPCs. What happens if I charge the businessman at the 10,000?
How much?
100.
Thank.
So I guess each character has like ranges
Good
at which
job,
we can
kid.
charge.
There.
Give me another Taiyaki, please. There we go. I think we've gotten 3 so far. I want to get 4 Taiyaki because it seems like they want those. I'm guessing logically it's because it needs to be a lot. That's reasonable too, I guess. You know, inflation, economies in shambles. Alright, let's head out of here. So she's annoyed at how high the prices are. Yeah. I mean, I guess I can relate, you know. Sometimes things are cheaper back then, and then, like I remember when I would get, like, school lunches when I was in high school and stuff, and those school lunches would be, like, $2. But, like, nowadays, the, school lunches cost, like, apparently, like, nearly $3, and I guess it's partially, like, where your school is, but also, that's just $3 for a full school lunch.
Shut up already.
Economy's in shambles. Like, things really have changed. It's crazy. Oh, wow, these guys have a lot of defense. I can't get around. Oh, God. Please don't kill me. Yikes! Let's heal. Good thing that we got a bunch of healing items. Let's see. Guts and Glory Special is self-heal. Taiyaki self-heal. These are all self-heal. Hello? And we can get all these guys. Napalm Grenade. We're just gonna throw one of these. Yeah, these things take no shit. Why are these guys so tanky? And why do they do so much damage? Yeah, we're just standing on lava casually. And I didn't even get a level up. Napalm Grenade, they do seem overkill, but like, you know, when you don't want to have to game over and reload your save file, I think it's a little fair. Hopefully we can get another one, because I might need to use that later. We have to go back there. We're gonna do one more fight just to level up, just to see what we get here. I think Akira probably has one of the higher potentials for being like really high leveled before the end of their chapter. I think the Sunset has like, it's probably gonna be like the highest level in most cases, Sunset or Oboro. But being able to grind is also just super helpful for like having a strong team. Also, he's like your only healer in the game. He's like the only natural healer alongside Q, the robot. So it's probably good that you have him at a high level, that you don't just avoid every fight. I think there is some kind of side quest from
pretty good at this.
running away too much and getting, what is it? You like one of the, if you like get bad RNG, you can teleport into like an area you're not supposed to be in. I don't know if that's part of the story or if that's just something that you can accidentally trigger. Let's save. I don't need to do the thing that I used to do when I was a kid and just save after every encounter. I remember I watched my brother play like one of the Final Fantasy games on the Game Boy Color. It was like Final Fantasy Adventure or something. That wasn't actually like Final Fantasy, but it was like a game they called Final Fantasy, so it would sell better in the States. Where like my brother got to like the end of the game really underleveled, so in order to progress through the final parts of the game, he would like walk one tile and then save the game, and then walk one tile and save the game. Just this really, really tedious process because like I think he was able to like have enough items to beat the final boss, but like the regular fights would just kick his ass. That always sticks in my mind when I think about people like playing games like super meticulously and carefully. I think it was like called Final Fantasy Adventure or something. Let's see what we got here. Why is this? Why did you have to make so many floors here? I'm just trying to get to the doctor. Alright. Oh, right, he's trying to revive a robot. A robot that operates on the souls of the human beings.
Whoa.
Hey, Tone Plays, welcome!
What the hell
Welcome,
is
glad to see you
that?
stopping by. Hope you're having a good one. We're just going through the near future chapter, the Akira-inspired chapter of Live Alive right now. God. There is something really on the nose. Knowing what I know about Japanese now, knowing that buruki daioh means great king, like, and seeing the symbol for Dai on his chest and the crown on his head to represent royalty, wow, that's just so much more on the nose than I ever thought it would be. Let's read his mind.
If I could get him moving, people would come from all over the world to see it. And my antique shop!
I'm gonna be honest, if you can get a giant robot moving like that, I think you're gonna get more than just tourists to come to your shop. I'm pretty sure like the feds would come to your shop and like tell you to make that thing stop moving around instantly.
The Steel Titan, this ancient robot you see before you. But since no one can effectively harness these powers anymore, our only other option is to rely. But what is a liquefacted human, you are?
They're just gonna turn me into goo.
In their physical form, that they might unlock their latent psychokinetic potential. As such, there are only two ways: either by finding a sufficiently powerful wielder of psychokinesis.
Yeah, like it's not like I can read minds or anything, buddy.
Or by infusing the Colossus with the liquefacted essence of a human being.
The ethical quandary of, yeah, we can bring this robot back to life, but we have to kill someone for it.
With superpowers, then I'm your man.
He just sit for him like, yeah, I have psychokinesis.
You think he?
Hell yeah! Turn me into goo.
In that case, I'll be waiting for you.
God, when they actually get the Steel Titan running though, it's like one of my favorite moments in the game. I feel like it's such an, like, obviously yes, this entire chapter is based off of anime, but like it's so fucking anime. I love it. They have like a Gurren Lagann episode 8 kind of moment, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Do people still get that reference if I say Gurren Lagann episode 8? Like, I know it was like an anime like everyone watched, right? But like nowadays where like other anime is a lot more popular, I don't know, like if you could just go up to any anime fan and say, yeah, you know what happens in episode of 8 of Gurren Lagann, right? Like you could do that like back in like 2008 to like probably like within the 10-year span. But now, I'm not so sure. Let's take another dump, I guess. Let me get to the point where I can start crafting items for the robot, please. Let's see. Nothing. Oh wait, here he is. Why is he hidden so? He looks like he's like part of the scenery. He looks like he's one of his antiques. All right.
Ready? Get fast. You must go and touch my pink elephant.
I read a passage from the book.
You must strike my siren.
I forgot about this part.
Lay your hands upon the blue mark. Finally, you must return to the. When you've finished, scrub your hands thoroughly.
I hate this. I forgot that this was like a whole process. Okay, I need to talk to him one more time and like write everything down.
Good. Now listen carefully.
Okay. I need to get a notebook.
You must go and touch my pink elephant. Then, after
I need to turn off auto advance.
Read a passage from that book over there.
Okay. Give me a second, old man. I can't believe I'm actually like. It's been so long since the game has actually made me like write things down. To, like remember the sequence of events. Where's my pen? I swear to God, I had a pen on my desk somewhere, and now I cannot find any writing utensils. I'm a teacher. How do I not have pens in my desk? can write it down for you. It's alright. It's part of the gamer experience. So it's pink elephant. It is the book. Okay. I appreciate it though.
Next, you must strike my styrofoam, and afterwards,
Xylophone?
lay your hands upon the blue mask.
Mask? This whole goddamn ritual?
Finally, you must return to the basement and offer up a prayer to the Steel Titan.
Okay, and
When
then...
you've finished, scrub your hands
Wash
thoroughly,
hands.
head into the washroom and crouch over the toilet.
Toilet. I just love how often washing your hands is just referenced to in this chapter for no reason. I appreciate the reminder of practicing good hygiene, but like, come on. Alright, so pink elephant.
Oh,
Touch elephant. Touch the elephant. Now we have to read a passage from the book.
oh,
Book. Okay, then. And then we hit the xylophone.
oh.
And we go to the... He just slides a scale. You know what? Fair. I don't know how to play anything on a xylophone, so I would also just slide a scale. Touch a
Okay,
mask.
then.
The deadass go down all the stairs that we just climbed up. Please, it takes so long. Why would you make me go through all these stairs and these loading screens? It's 2 loading screens and then just a giant staircase. This is so rude. Down. It doesn't help that I have like a little bit of input lag. So, like when I need to turn as fast, I can't optimize my speed unless I predict, which I try to do right there, and then it just messed up. Alright, it's like 4 flights of stairs. Whatever. Oh, great buruki daioh sama.
Oh, Steel Titan, king robot of all robots.
What?
Praise be to your,
Mechanicalness. Alright, get me out of here. And now we have to wash our hands and use the toilet, which seems a little ass backwards. We have to wash our hands and then sit on the toilet. Like, isn't it usually you take a dump and then you wash your hands? Like, I don't think the professor's trying to get me to practice good hygiene here. Now I just have to, like, wash my hands 2 times in a row, and my hands get really dry, and I need to lotion up real quick so I'm moisturized, but, like, yeah, I'm really getting me to dry out here. What if I don't have good skin, huh? Ever consider that? What if I'm piloting the buruki daioh and my hands are just crackling? Alright, wash the hands thoroughly. And then now we can go to the buruki daioh. It's funny because all of this just doesn't work out anyway. I'm pretty sure like we don't get to ride the buruki daioh.
Okay, start the
Oh
music.
my god. I love that. We get the anime theme song once more. Da 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 da. Man, I want to learn the song for karaoke. Just because. Ooh, I could do like a whole Square Enix karaoke. That's not a bad idea for a theme karaoke, just Square Enix. Square Enix games like Kingdom Hearts, this, World Ends With You. There's a lot of Final Fantasy vocal songs too. Right.
Okay, Steel Titan, let's roll out.
Ow. Ow. That shit would make me so angry if I tried operating a machine and a steel pan just fell on top of me like a kettle. Like, I would actually be mad. Like, hitting my head is one of, like, the easiest ways for me to get irrationally angry, like, instantly. Oh my god. He's literally just trying to get me killed here. These are all just booby-trapped.
Okay, Steel Titan, let's roll.
But I guess this is also, like, very anime of them to, like, have the part of the story where they try to ride the robot, but it just doesn't work out because he's not strong enough yet. He hasn't reached his full power. And then,
Okay, Steel Titan, let's
this is the pen, I'm pretty sure. I'm missing like those 2 levers on the middle. Oh no! Ow! Bonk. Please. Here we are.
Okay, Steel
There we
Titan.
go. We have to get a diagonal. I have to like hold my control stick in the right position to make sure I know I'm hitting the right button. That just turned up the lights. My great psychic power of turning on and off the light switch. Very inconvenient. There we go.
Okay, Steel Titan, let's roll out.
I honestly think that's a very useful skill, you know? If you could use your psychokinesis to turn off the lights. Like, I know nowadays you can just be like, okay, Alexa, turn off the lights. But like, back in like the 90s, when this game was like conceived,
Okay, Steel Titan.
being able to turn on and off your lights with your thoughts, that's crazy. That's unheard of. Like, I remember when like clap lights were like first popular. Just doing that clap clap and like turning on your lights. I always wanted one of those. Well, so it goes. No dice. Let's get out of here. This was a bust. It's okay, we have to kill our friend first. We have to let our friend get murdered, and then we can ride the robot. We have to have our really sick Gurren Lagann, like, vengeance moment, and Happily Ever After starts playing. Honestly, I think that's a very underrated song from Gurren Lagann. You know, everyone talks about Sonairo days, but, like, I feel like Happily Ever After and, like, Mina no Peace were also, like, really good songs from that show. And no one ever, like, really, like, sings any, like, in any, like, karaoke streams or anything.
For inspiration can be found.
Alright, cool. Now we can upgrade the turtle.
Yes, my boy.
Please, I got something
Got
for
something
you.
for you.
Alright, I have to give him... Do I just give him his robotic enhancement?
I try selecting it from the menu and then...
Oh, we just use that. Alright, I have to save. So this is the part where, like, the chapter gets a little trickier. And, like, you could completely ignore this part and that's fine. But for the sake of, like, the end game, there's, like, a lot of items that you can make in this chapter that can be transferred over to the end of the game.
Yes, my boy.
I just don't know actually how to make them.
Uh,
The baseball glove. I don't remember if this... You give this to him.
Scott!
What's he gonna make with it? Oh man, we're gonna have to go through this every time we want him to make something. Oh, thankfully we don't have to... Thankfully this is simpler than crafting, where like you have to like fuse two items together. Oh cool, we got another bowling ball. Okay, this is simple then. This is gonna be simple. We are going to...
Got something for you.
I think we just give him all of our items. We give him pocket lint. Yeah, he's really gonna just figure out something to do with pocket lint, isn't he? I wish I could be that inventive. Someone just gives you like spare pocket lint and then you like make a machine gun out of it. Like that's how do you cause that many explosions with pocket lint? Like, come on. What?
Yes, my...
Got something for you.
He took someone's belongings and turned it into someone else's belongings. We're not wearing the sweats anyway. He's gonna turn my like Old Navy sweats into like Gucci sweats. And I don't think it's randomized either. I'm pretty sure certain items get turned into other items.
Magnificent!
Yeah. That just doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. Alright, let's see. We have two of these. So what happens if I put this in the blender? I just wish that we didn't have to go through this cutscene every... Eh? I just heard one sound effect.
Yes, my boy.
Did we just lose that item?
Got something for you.
We just lost an item for that? No. Oh, it just doesn't turn into anything. I feel like we could do something with the bowling ball. We already have a bowling ball on him. Well, I guess that just... No. Never mind. It doesn't turn into anything. Is what I would say.
Yes, my...
Got something for you.
Make? What can we make here? This has got to be able to turn into something, right? We have like a couple of these. Yeah, no, we got sound effects. We're building. Got an explosion. We got multiple explosions.
Magnificent!
Why does these keep on turning into my pouch?
Got
I'm
something
kind of
for
upset about this. Oh, first aid kit. I feel like this is just like something that's really sensible that a mad scientist should be able to make things with. Come on now. What?
Yes, my boy.
It also sucks
something
because
for
like
ya.
I'm mashing the A button. I don't have the patience to wait, so then I kind of just fast forward too quickly through this. Did we make anything out of this badge? We have 10 of his badges. I don't know how we got 10 of those. Okay, we got something here. I don't know if it's random, so we're gonna try it twice. We'll try it twice to see if it makes the same item multiple times. Brother. Never mind. I hate this guy so much. We're gonna wait till we actually get good things. Anyway, we're just gonna use those robotic enhancements. Mechanical input. Do so. Right. We do this and do that. Don't have any more. I guess what we can do. Can I equip the bowling ball on me? No. No, it's only on the. It's only here. Just imagine like a robot throwing a bowling ball at you. Actually, that seems like it would be a little bit unfortunate. Like, you know, there's a lot of weapons you could choose, but like if you're armed with just like a mace with a bowling ball attached, I'd be pretty scared, honestly. Like, fighting a robot's scary in and of itself, but a robot with a bowling ball as a weapon, like, normally you'd expect things like lasers or like, I don't know. What else would you expect? What else would you expect a robot to have as a weapon? Like lasers, like maybe like clamps. But no, this guy straight up just has. Do they all sleep? Like this guy just straight up has a bowling ball. Very comic, very comedic. Alright, can we actually? Oh, we don't have the range for this. These guys are resistant. They're weak to nuclear damage, which is a little unfortunate. I guess I could just put myself in. Oh, we can just go over here. Never mind. Hello, sir. That's okay if he kicks my robot. Yeah, see? He didn't even take any damage. My robot's fine. Now you're dead. Never mind. My pet turtle's dumb as shit and can't hit anything. My pet turtle sucks!
Shut up already!
Alright, just think about your mom. Don't think about your dad, don't think about your dad, don't think about your dad. Oh. Too late. Goodbye. I still can't get over how this is the most effective ability. Using your psychic powers to make your enemies think about their mom. Like a very heart-wrenching ability, apparently. What would your mother think if they saw you kidnapping children? Right. Let's see. I don't think we're at the point where we get gang stalked yet. Oh, we can also feed the kids. So let's do that. Because I'm sure we'll get good items off of this. Let me feed you, children. I got food for ya. Yes. Check this out. Would you like a fish in these trying times? We have 4. Wow, you don't want a taiyaki. What does this kid want? I guess we have to read their minds, because I know one of the kids wanted a taiyaki. What? Maybe Guts and Glory? I guess that's like part of it too. You have to make sure that you get the right item. I just assumed all of them wanted taiyaki. Like, imagine not wanting taiyaki. Taiyaki's so delicious. Want this? Fish cake? There we go. What do we get? A baseball glove. Really cool. Really cool. It's not like I had one of those already. Also, I feel like a baseball glove would just be terrible to have in a fight. Oh my god. Can I talk to the kids first? Can I do that? Aha! Yes, I can ignore them all. I can ignore what just happened. Yes. Don't you just love doing that? Don't you just love hearing someone cry for help and then just not doing anything about it? Give me something. Oh, Masanga, cool, cool. That's an actual equipment. What would you like?
Here.
What kind of food? I'm going to assume they all want taiyaki. Actually, no. We'll give you a banana and a crepe. Brother. What? A banana crepe sounds delicious. Also, all this talk about food is actually making me really hungry. I guess I haven't eaten since like 12 today. So, I'll probably have to get something after stream. I can feel the hunger. I also smell food being cooked down the hall, so I'm like, I smell something delicious. You want a Guts and Glory special? What do you want? What does this kid want? Why are you so picky? You wouldn't want a first aid kit. A drink here? Why are you so picky? Hey. Yeah, I got a snack for you.
Sure
You
do.
probably want a banana crepe. Based on what everyone else wanted. What do I get? A cap. Ooh. We can no longer say no cap because we in fact do have cap. I'm hip with the kids still. I'm not a boomer. I know what the kids are saying. I'm not old. I'm not old. What's happening now? Let's actually go and see what's happening with Taiko now. I assume there's gang members. Yeah, they just kidnapped a kid, didn't they?
Stay back!
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to stop
Where are
them?
you, Kenichi?
Oh, Kenichi is the name of Matsu, isn't
Out
it?
of the way.
I got this. God, this track is so good. I actually looked up recently. Apparently, when they were remaking this game, the original files for Live Alive soundtrack were all lost.
Shut up already.
So when Yoko Shimomura was redoing the soundtrack, she didn't have those files to go off of. So much like in, I think it was like Kingdom Hearts 1, how they had to like redo the entire game from the ground up when they made the remakes, Yoko Shimomura had to recreate the entire soundtrack while trying to keep the original feel intact. And I think she did a really good job. I like the usage of saxophone in the entire soundtrack too. I think she really did a good job making, like, remastering all these tracks. There he is.
Kenichi!
What is it? What's wrong?
The Crusader.
They did
Just
what?
kidnapped a kid. Let me hop on that motorcycle.
Wait, come with.
Oh, what a perfect
just
day.
drove past
Wind
me.
in my hair, sun on my face.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Anyway.
get out of the road, kid.
Sorry, bro. It's an
Did we
emergency.
just jack this guy's bike? Uh-oh.
Don't just stand.
What a Chad move. To not just rob the man, but also to just have your pet turtle also join alongside you into this motorcycle chase, which looks really comical on the overworld map. They're going so slowly, they couldn't make it look any faster. Hello? My brother just came in and took my vacuum, and now the lights are off in my room. It's a little dark. Oh, we got my ring light, so it's not like I'm sitting in complete darkness. Can we go into any of these rooms? No, we cannot go into all these warehouses. Let's see. See what we got here. Thing. Here, do we just go in front one of these ones?
Over here!
Oh, cool. He's just running. How did he get free? Wasn't he just tied up?
Help me!
There he is. Let's. Oh my god, is this one of those like you have to corner them kind of things? I hate these kinds of parts. Or going here or in? I hate this so much. Please let me just walk into a warehouse where you're at.
Over here!
Like, I know it's guiding me to the warehouse, but like, come on.
Help me!
He just tripped. Anyway. I like that he just stands there while the cutscene happens too. Like, you could catch them while they're moving. Here we are. Going straight in. Are we actually close to the end? I don't remember how long this chapter is. We might actually be close to the end. This chapter might have just been longer than I thought it was. Here he is. The goddamn
End
Taiyaki
of the
salesman.
line.
This asshole again.
This
Always
guy.
getting up in our business, hassling our guys.
You guys are literally kidnapping kids. How can you be upset about this?
I'm sick of your shit.
I don't think there's actually many fights where you have all three party members. Now that I think about it, there's probably like one or two more arcs after this if I had to guess. All right, mother's shame, 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 shame.
Shut up already.
Uh-oh, getting naughty. And now he's charmed. What a strange status element to get after making someone think about their mother. Wow, Taro does no damage. Good thing we got Matsu here, who will in fact punch a guy off his motorcycle. Holy moly, it does so much damage.
Who wants some more of this?
Like, you ever just go to buy some taiyaki and you just say something the wrong way and he just punches you for 281 damage? Yeah, kid, we got you.
Why are you
Safe
snatching people? Spill it.
They're not gonna spill it, so I have to read their minds. Oh no! They'll pay for this. Oh, he's just shaking. And I read their minds.
I hope I'm wrong about this.
Wait.
Thanks, Kaz. I'm glad you think that it was cool that I beat the shit out of him. Hey, I helped! That's fucked up.
Try again, smartass.
Alright, buddy. Tell me why they're snatching it. Let them all know.
Keep your mouth. Still gotta round up 2,000 more strays for that scuba lab boys.
Oh,
that general. Oh boy.
2,000 kids. That's a lot of people to snatch up.
Know anything about a lab and...
Huh? You know.
Hell with.
Oh, he's mad. He's gonna beat the shit out of these guys now. He's gonna
Guess
go
I'm going
in.
to scuba.
Oh, right. That's what gets him. He knows I'm
done
following
here.
him. And then we get to the tragic part where the orphanage gets destroyed, I think.
Hey, wait!
You know, it's the classic JRPG trope of fucking, you leave your house for 1 second and then bandits come and destroy it. It literally happened in this game in the Ancient China chapter. It's gonna happen again here. Square Enix, maybe you were a little bit creatively bankrupt in the 1990s. You put a lot of creativity in other parts of this game, so I'm not gonna fault you for doing the same thing at least twice in your 8 different stories. You know, 2 out of 8, not that bad. Understandable. Let me see a destroyed household. No, we're not destroyed just yet. We haven't been wiped out just yet. Who do we talk to? Oh, thank goodness also for the flag system here, for the map. Otherwise, I would be completely fucking lost. I remember being really lost when I played this game, like, on the SNES without a radar. I'm pretty sure I had to use GameFAQs for a lot of this game. Alright. Don't think Watanabe's gonna give me anything else. Machine. Nothing in the washing machine, nothing in there. Was there really just one item that didn't have any sparkles on it? That's just misleading. So now they all know that they're getting kidnapped. Do I want to read all their minds? I would have crushed them with a tiger. Imagine seeing a bunch of gang members and thinking, yeah, I could suplex these guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kenichi is just Matsu. Oh, Watanabe. Poor kid. When you don't go to sleep on the bucket, it says. Yep. Yeah, that's what happens. You just get snatched up. And what does the old granny have to say? Yeah, so he's not like an orphan because his like parents are dead, but rather his dad's just missing. Probably because he got snatched by the gang members as well. Which, yeah, that tracks. Let's go talk to Matsu. He fucking bounced already. Wow. He did not care to be here.
But he already left.
Uh-oh, where did he go? Tell me.
No, I won't.
I love that.
My mind all you want. I won't tell you. Said he might not come back. He made me promise I wouldn't.
So where he's going straight to that place. It doesn't take a genius to
Always
guess.
gotta play the tough guy. Good thing I already know you're going to scoop.
It's like Matsu is like an old man, like an old business owner. This is literally a 16-year-old. I remember when I was younger, right? When I was younger playing like RPGs and stuff, I was like, wow, these teenage characters are so brave and cool and strong. I can't wait when I'm a teenager to go on my own adventures. And now I'm like way older, and I'm like, these 16-year-olds should not be going on adventures like this. They should be in school. They should not be being this irresponsible. That's just dangerous. Alright, what's in the bar actually? I feel like there's gonna be items there. I know that you probably go here later in the game as well. Oh, a Tango Paradise, right. Drinks are here. Come back when you're a little older. Nah, go adventuring, it's fine. It's like, yeah, you know, you want to let those kids live their lives, but then you like, Especially as a teacher, I see 16-year-olds and like, no, you guys are not the ones that I want to leave in charge of saving the world. Also, welcome, Bloom. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good one. Like, if some of my students went on a journey, like, I could imagine some of my students doing fine. I could imagine some students, like, yeah, you could be the protagonist of an RPG story. And other ones, like, I'd be like, do you know how to tie your own shoes? I remember I actually had, like, a freshman student once who did not know how to tie their shoes. Compulsory education end after middle school. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, so that's our grade 9. So, like, you see it a lot in Japanese where, like, high school is only 3 years, so it's, like, sophomore, junior, and senior years, so it's, like, you know, 16 through 18 is how old you are in high school. So, like, that's the age that, like, you have RPG protagonists at. But being an adult now, that's just spooky. Please do not kick my turtle. Please. He is fragile. Please be nice to him. Will you hit this time? Yeah, look at that no damage. I'm just gonna deal by killing the one really weak guy. Think about what your mother would do. Oh wait, it ends. I see what you mean. Yeah. So education is compulsory in like Korea, but in Japan you could stop going to school once you're in high school. I remember hearing about that. Yeah. Like you hear about like I've seen it in like anime before too, like where some kids like they don't go to high school, they just get a job. Yeah, the visuals look so good. Like they slightly upscaled the sprites. Like they're still like what you would see in an SNES game, but the visual effects are really what makes it, because the visual effects in the original SNES game looked very like goofy, but that's really where the game shines in the visual aspect. I don't have an appointment.
I do have a friend who needs help.
Get their ass. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, there's no like weird like Super Eagle or like 2x SAL. It's stripped. You can see all their pixels and all their glory, and that's so good. It makes me so happy. What are these guys weak to? Sir, you are weak to... Oh, you're weak to getting punched. Cool. I'm gonna uppercut you. Elbow strike. That's what makes him do damage? The elbow strike? Alright, the people in this building are also espers. That's their thing. Alright, where do you work out? Not the library. I'm gonna uppercut you. Yeah, no. The fact that they put all the visual... The fact that they put all, like, the nice visual fidelity into effects, I think is really how you make, like, sprites look even better in the modern day, right? Because you don't need, like, sprite and flame effects or anything like that. Sprites work well with these, like, nice, like, watercolor, these nice, like, computer-generated effects.
Yeah.
Like, I do appreciate, like, the graphical, like, you think about, like, Tales of Phantasia, right, on the SNES? Like, there were a lot of good effects there, too. Like, when you think about, like, what Demon Fang looked like there, like, Indignation. There's a little charm to them. But, man, if you remade those games, and they have remade those games, on more modern engines, just using sprites in conjunction with, like, nice sprite work, yeah, it still looks great. And, like, a lot of remakes of Tales of Phantasia don't even try to update the sprites and the proportions, because they have something good going with them. And same with, like, games like... You think about, like, the later Tales games that use sprites, like Tales of Destiny 1 and 2. Those games look fucking phenomenal. Big shot! Yeah! No, you're completely right, though. I forget what game it was you were playing. The game with, like, the really nice animation on the NES. I remember I was watching you stream that a while ago, Bloom. Like, that's, like, an example of how it really is, like, an art form, like, pixel art, to make things, like, look beautiful. Yeah, Moon Crystal! That game just looked beautiful. Like... The fact that they made the game look as good as they did, and look as smooth, like, oh shit! Oh my god, I just passed out. Sir, please, I don't want to be asleep. Wake me up. Yeah! It's like, you think about, like, nice animation. I always think about, like, people who, like, try to interpolate, like, 30 FPS games to be 60 FPS, and, like, it always looks really awkward. Or, like, when you... Wake me up inside. Or, like, when you take 24 frames per second, like, animations and interpolate the frames to be 60 frames per second, when you try to, like, approximate those frames, it always has, like, it looks really janky and forced, but, like, Moon Crystal looks like they did that in a way that looks really, really, really good. Can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Fucking just putting me to sleep. People people who interpolate animations to 60 frames per second are like on the same level of people who remake games, like retro games in Unreal 5, and everyone's like, Nintendo, hire this man. Like, that's what I feel. That's how I feel about that. I'm gonna make this dog think about his mother. Oh, that did no damage. Why does this dog have molten breath? Hello? That's so much damage? Ow? And I'm poisoned? What? Ow? That shit hurted. These things are weak to fire, too. Well, these are not— it's a good thing I saved before this fight. Ow. Akira— oh my god, am I just dead? We're just barely alive. Cool. Cool. I think it's our turn next. I think it's our turn next at the very least. Why is this thing so powerful? 1 damage. Okay, we still live. We should have healing touch. Send an ally good vibes. Think happy thoughts. This guy, Akira, literally heals by vibing. I love that. Ow, ow. Hypnotic ray. Oh god, he's gonna sleep me! Resistant? Okay, we should be good, right? And we get a counter. Oh wait, no, this fight's easy. What am I fucking doing? All we need to do... yeah, that guy just got ate shit. Taro, please! Ow. Here we go. We can heal him. I can fix him. Yeah, I appreciate that reviving people is just so easy in this game. It's the Nintendo hire this man. It really is. And even, those are already YouTube videos too. It's just interpolating animations and like, I don't know, things were animated that way for a reason, and they should stay animated that way. It just, especially like when the interpolation just looks so like mushy. Hey, Hazmat. Oh god!
Not good, man. Not good.
I think I can just get a kill here. Arimo punch! This should do 38 damage, right? There we go! That guy just got fucking hit. I just fucking pegged that guy like you're playing dodgeball. You just hit someone straight in the chest. Oh man, getting hit with a dodgeball straight in the chest, that's a feeling. That is a feeling that I have not experienced in a long time. I don't think I will, because they outlawed dodgeball in my state. I don't know if they outlawed it everywhere, but I remember being a kid and everyone being upset that you could no longer play dodgeball. Like, it was sometime in between, like, middle school and high school, they just outlawed dodgeball. She's just calling me poor. I can't believe she just straight up looked at me and said, oh yeah, this kid's poor. This kid has no money. Alright, this time, we're not gonna get blown up. Because I can just walk up to him and elbow him in the head. Hey, stupid. Yeah! Yeah, dodgeball is so fun. I was always really bad at aiming in dodgeball, but I prided myself in being able to dodge a large majority of the balls that were thrown at me, which might have been a combination of both people being really bad at aiming and me, like, being marginally okay at dodging a ball from, like, an entire room's length. But boy, did I feel good when I dodged a ball. I whipped that thing so fucking hard. God, I want a VTuber dodgeball tournament. Imagine with like VR and dodgeball. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Legend. Dodgeball was fun until the only ball you could use outside was a basketball. Then it was fun and painful. I don't think I've ever played dodgeball with a basketball. That sounds painful. I love the old rubber like balls, like the old like they had like a good squish to them. You know, they weren't like hard like a basketball, but like damn. They had a very good like bounce back, and they made the most satisfying sound when you would hit things with a dodgeball. Like when you would get hit, like the sound is so satisfying. Or when you would like land a hit with a dodgeball. I didn't even feel mad about getting hit by a dodgeball. It just felt funny. I'm not letting my I'm gonna hold back on letting the M tendencies just go out full display on stream, but like, you know, sometimes getting hit by a dodgeball's funny. You used to play handball too. Oh yeah, handball was also really fun. And like wall ball. I remember at lunchtime we would play wall ball a lot. Though usually we use a tennis ball for that one. Man, I was really bad at that. I was really bad at catching. So like wall ball and like dodgeball, I was really bad at doing the catching part. I never saved anyone in dodgeball because I couldn't catch the dodgeball. I was too scared that I'd get hit, so I would always go for dodging instead of going for the grabs. 2, 3, 4. I don't know if that's not allowed, but I don't see kids doing that anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's... I think the hard rubber balls basically just got outlawed, I think is what it was. Which is sad, because they're so cool. Can't get or equips here. I don't think anything that we have is going to be stronger than what we have currently. Yeah, a baseball glove. Oh, the cap. The cap is better. Cap, and then I can give you the funny shampoo hat. No, we'll save those. We'll craft that. Our variant was everyone had to stay lined up within 1 to 2 meters of the wall. And oh, isn't that like prison ball? I think they call that prison ball when you have everyone lined up like that. Not in gym class as a kid. We used to play it with a tennis ball against the wall. I don't think we called it suicide, but we definitely played a game like with the wall and a tennis ball. But I think we just called it wall ball. Yeah. The prison ball, like, I think it's similar to that, where there wasn't as much movement, which I guess it's just because, like, you know, there's no guessing on whether or not you will get hit. You can see the ball coming straight at you. It's been so long that I like hardly remember how those games played, aside from like the classic dodgeball.
Who's a badass?
I don't know if there was also this was also a regional variant. There was about bouncing, having to run, touch the wall, being able to. I don't remember the one about being able to hit someone with a ball, but I do remember having to race to the wall. I do remember seeing that. But there was a variant of kickball that we used to play at our school indoors called mat kickball, where instead of having just like one person on each base, people could like load up bases. You could have like a bunch of people on one base, and then like if someone kicked a home run and you had like 8 students on bases, you felt like a hero, just like sending everyone home. That was such a good move. I remember. I didn't frequently get home runs, but I remember everyone cheering for me the one time I did. I felt like an absolute legend. It happened like once in high school, and I hold on to that moment still. You know, sometimes I don't think I peaked in high school, but that definitely was a I peaked in high school kind of moment. Physically. So high school was definitely like near the peak of my physical condition, I think. I could improve, but like, do I ever put the time in to go to the gym to be at a higher peak physical performance than in high school? No. I used to like run like 3 miles on like a daily basis, and then I stopped doing that. Not me actually destroying a light fixture. Oh, I love that. In middle school with the kickball. Dude, hitting like the windows and then like hearing a loud thud, always like the power that you'd feel for it. Wait, did I go to a place I can't return back from? God damn it. God damn it. Can we get back? Is this where we were at? No, that's not where we're at. It is so satisfying. Getting home runs that hit like above the basketball hoops is such a satisfying, like, as a kid, you feel like a champion. Like, the rare time that you get to do that. I only ever did it once. Oh yeah, no, the clock cages absolutely make sense. Even in like classrooms where like things shouldn't be flying. Yeah, you need those cages there. Yeah. I have been shocked. Sir, I am going to sock you in the mouth. I love that these psychics are weak to getting punched though. It makes so much sense that they're so smart, but like, if you're so smart, block this kick to the head. You probably got a home run in softball once in high school once, but ran straight into the fence. Dude, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, you know, they feel so good about themselves until you steal that from them, and then you're like, oh, now I'm the hero. Now I'm the main character. Oh, I see. It's the same way either way. I guess, you know, I'm not invested in figuring out where to go exactly. I am simply just gonna follow the orange. I'm gonna follow the orange markers. We're just gonna follow the story. Yeah, I see the flag there. Literally, it was over the fence. Would have been a home run. It was over the fence. Did you like stick your arm over the fence to get that? God, I could imagine you doing that. Yeah, no. Yoko Shimomura had to redo the entire soundtrack from scratch because she lost the original files. Or they lost the original files to the SNES Live Alive. So she had to recompose all the tracks. And her instrument choice is so good. She She popped off with the saxophones. There's been saxophones in at least like 2 or 3 different battle tracks, and it sounds good in all of them.
Hey, it's that punk-ass kid!
Yeah, say my name, motherfucker.
No Lawless to bail you out this time.
I wish they had like a choice that like if you chose the default name that they would say the voice lines of the default name. But you know what? It's just the thing that you gotta deal with when you allow characters to be named. Alright, so these guys I'm pretty sure just die to these 6 feet under. They're vulnerable to sleep in heaven, but I don't think that's worth it. I think we just go for move up 1, Mother's Shame, pop them. Jump halfway up the fence. God. It's not BM. It's playing the game correctly. What the fuck? Wait, these guys are tankier than I thought they would be. Hello? They're charmed at least. Ow. Ow. Oh god, I'm gonna take so much damage here. I'm gonna take so much damage.
You suck.
You suck. Alright, these guys are just weak to light. So they should be able to just die in a couple hits like these, right? I should be able to just kick you in the head, right? Dodge this, block this kick. Like, when these enemies usually seem to be weak to one element, now they're just resistant to it. Wait, feel the heat? This is a channel, right? Oh, this is instant. I think he's never just dead. I think this is his first actual damage ability. Why are they so resistant? At least the robots died, but like, why are these guys strangely resistant to spells now? And why are they actually threatening? Ow. Akira, please. Like, they look the same as the same guys that I was one-shotting earlier, and I'm still one-shotting them. Just not with the right abilities. Thinking good vibes.
Get it together.
Wow, a healer and live alive, that's fucking rare. Uh-oh. Ow. Blech. You're just hitting me with Molotov cocktails inside a building. You know, I feel like you should have a little bit more regard for where you're at right now. Like, the psychic abilities, that's one thing. But literally throwing Molotov cocktails to a guy you're trying to fight, that just seems really dangerous to me. Ow. Fuck, I didn't mean to move. Input lag, please. Ow. Poison damage. Okay, no. I am just going to elbow you to death. Like, imagine, like, this, like, little, like, 16-year-old kid walks up to you and just sends an elbow straight to your head. Elbows hit hard, but, like...
Who's a badass?
Akira doesn't look like he necessarily had the strongest elbow in the world. But, like, you're still crumpling to a 16-year-old. Like, ouch.
Seriously, kid?
There he is. My boy. I just love how tall his hair is.
Charging through the front door like you own the place? Use your damn head next time.
He just snuck in through the back.
For you.
He did not give a fuck.
This party's just getting started. No guts, no glory.
Now we have the real team. Now we can just piss fist an entire 3x3 and just not worry about anything. If he came through that room, why do I have to go through this room again? Are we talking school fights? Well, just fights in general, right? These are like gang members. These are like old dudes. Oh my god, RC cars. I feel like we should be able to Mother's Shame these guys. I hope they don't explode on me. If they explode on me, that'd be kind of unfortunate. Because this guy's a little bit harder to reach. Wow, those things all just folded. And we can just pass, because you're not going to do any damage. Matsu, on the other hand. These things literally just explode. I knew that was going to happen, but like, Jesus Christ. Gamma Ray Burst, what a move. Now, is he using a gun or his, like, psychic powers? I need to know. Like, I need to know if these guys can do psychic gamma rays. Holy shit, that guy just exploded. I walked up to him, and I just punched him in his chest. And it's like that Mortal Kombat fatality where, like, they, like, carve a hole through their chest and just, like, push through and their heart just flies out. That's what happened there. Man, sometimes I think about the fact that I bring Mortal Kombat 11 to school during, like, certain, like, field days, and think, wow, should I really be bringing a game with this much gore to school? But I've not been yelled at for it yet, so I think I'm good. Let me read your mind. The doctor's going to be furious. Yeah, he sure is. Some 16-year-old sure is just walking around here. Oh, God. Oh, Oh no, we're gonna fight some dudes. It's just... Oh wait, this is a big fight. Wait, this is way bigger than I thought it would be. I did not expect this many people. However, okay, there's no boss here. They're resistant to all this. Are they weak to fire? You know what? I'm gonna light them up anyway. It just feels right, you know?
I've got you now.
Sometimes you just gotta fucking light them up. Yeah, like that. You just see an old dude and you just light him the fuck up. And you just kick someone from a distance. Yeah. How are you still alive? I'm so mad. How could these guys just take a kick from a robot like that? Oh wait, we can go up one more tile. And this targets everyone. I love being able to maximize the amount of people you hit here. Definitely one of my favorite things about the battle system. I missed. Damn. What if I just do this? If they take 0 damage, I'll be upset.
Shut up already.
Like, I know it says resistant, but like, is it like resistant? There we go. Yeah, it's not 0 damage resistant. God, the range on these moves are terrible. Why are there such big gaps? They're making it so much harder. I will, however, say it is very satisfying to see that happen. To just fucking launch a bowling ball at some dude. Anyway, now that that's done and over with, there are a lot of guys over here. I hope they all just fight me at once. If only because it's gonna take too much time to fight them one by... I'm gonna walk up to you and just kick you in the leg. But my guy's resistant. Why?
I've got you
It's
now.
so inconvenient how these characters all have the same sprites, but some of them just happen to be resistant to other things. And you... Wow, wait, this guy's tanky. This guy's really tanky. Wow. Like, why? He just stunned my robot. My robot dog just got stunned. Alright, we're just gonna... Even if you resist this, I'm pretty sure you're just gonna die.
I don't like your face.
No, wow, that man really does resist shit. Ow. No stun. No stun. Like, why do enemies randomly just get super tanky? I think that's another issue that having a health bar really helps with. Because in, like, regular Live Alive, you don't get a health bar. Enemies just end up being randomly tankier for no reason, despite having the same sprite. Sir, hey, kid. I'm gonna light you on fire now. I'm gonna... Oh, it's this guy. So we can do this the same way we did the last one. Just pop this. And then we just send Matsu over. Because fucking Taro can only one-shot some of the time.
What's up now?
Actually, if I do this, that should be fine. The punch, I think, one-shots. And you're weak to fists. Oh, I am so mad. Why? Why does that not one-shot? Anyway, let's just do it one more time. The lack of consistency. I hit the wrong target. God damn it. God damn it. For me, I feel like I'm gonna get exploded on. I feel like that's what's coming. Road range 94.
You suck.
That's such a why do they put the year name there? And why does this card have a leg sweep? Hello? Very interesting choices. Like, I can understand an RC card tripping you up, but to call it a leg sweep seems like a little bit of the wrong kind of terminology. Like, you know, I'd be kind of scared, like, if someone had, like a modded RC car, you know, and, like, that shit hit you in the shins, that shit would hurt. You know, it's like when you're riding a scooter, and the scooter, like, spins, and it gets you in the ankle, like, that's, like, actual danger. That's, like, your life is at risk. Are you weak to fire? Yes, you are. This is the guy weak to fire. Again.
I've got you
Your sprite's
now.
no different, but you're just needlessly tankier. Oh, only 170.
Well.
Interesting. Oh god, Matsu, please don't get stunned! Resistant. You can't stun the most badass Taiyaki salesman ever. I guess I just kick him in the head. You know, just pile some extra damage on for Akira. But yeah, I feel like it's been a long time since I've ever had the misfortune of nailing myself with a scooter like that before. But sometimes you like see a video of a guy who like is riding on a scooter and he hits his ankle, and you just... Sometimes you just see or hear or read things that make you, like, understand that pain is real, and that pain makes you remember a worse time. Like, even if it's never happened to you. Like, sometimes sympathy pain really is, like, a real thing. Like, a lot of times when you hear people getting hit in, like, really sensitive parts, and you're like, oh god, my body can't handle that right now. Why is this guy so tanky? I think Kira's just dead.
Not good, man. Not good.
That guy just ate it. Alright. I just gotta blow him up a little bit. There we go. We're fine. And now he gets up.
Who's next?
I just love how characters that, like, just die in battle just immediately wake up like nothing wrong happened. They're just completely fine. Oh, should I have saved? Okay, we can save here. Whew. Thankfully, a story event didn't happen right immediately there. I should probably make my robot stronger, shouldn't I? That might be a good idea. How many robotic camps? 4 of these. Accuracy and evasion. Why does it only increase accuracy and evasion? What sad stats increase? Like, why couldn't it be, like, attack and defense? How did you get in here? Shut up. Almost complete. Right, we have, like, a mecha fight versus a mecha fight as the, end of the chapter. What? What, lady, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. The human liquefaction. Just turn them into soup. Just turn them into soup. I want to become soup. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we go through this, and then we go back to the lab, and then we're pretty much at the end of the chapter, which I felt like this chapter was a little bit longer than I thought it was. I guess having direction makes it feel a lot shorter. We can see all these people here. Hello, sir. They're obsessed. Now, what was it? F49F. I have a notebook in front of me because there was another part in this chapter where I was like, I need to write this down or else I'll forget it. F49F. Remember the days when you needed to have a notebook in front of you to remember things in games? That wasn't just given to you automatically, and it would be able to just, like, be accessed no matter what. Oh god. Right, we can read the minds of the liquefacted humans. Oh, that's just horrifying. The fact that these things can still think. Like, that's actually nightmare fuel. That you die and then people just extract your body. Like, literally nightmare. Are they all gonna say the same thing? Yeah. Yeah, they all pretty much say the same thing. I feel like one of these is probably Watanabe, if I had to guess. But I'm not gonna analyze every single one of these to make sure that it's all Watanabe. Because that would just be excessive. There's too many of those. Oh, can I just go to this computer? It's this, isn't it? Yeah. He was one of the workers. Type 2014. I wonder if that's when this chapter's supposed to take place. Because this game was made, like, long ago. So, like, near future for them probably was, like, 2014. Or, like, maybe that's when he was born. Right, I guess we leave the room. Go. Oh, it's still this room, actually. Huh.
Okay.
Oh, cool. F49F. There we go. I would not have remembered that. I would not have, like, I would not have committed that to memory. Oh, hey, look. It's these guys. The birds that we saw at the start of the chapter.
Who are you? How in blazes did you get past my men?
I beat them up, dude.
General Yamazaki.
Wait. Matsui. It is you, isn't it? Or Lawless. That's what you go by now?
I don't like his voice.
You've been quite the thorn in my side.
I feel like his delivery is kind of strange. He sounds like someone I know reading a passage out of a book.
And soon he and his friends will be no more than subjects for research.
I feel like the voice acting in this chapter is definitely not as strong as, like, the other chapters as well.
All in service to the project and the great Inko.
I don't think the voice acting is bad, but I definitely feel like there were stronger performances in, like, the the modern day chapter, and like I think the Ninja chapter had a pretty good set of delivery, and the Wild West chapter.
I am living still.
His name is Living Still. That's just such a funny name.
And yes, I'm well aware that my current appearance may suggest otherwise.
Like, that name is just for the joke.
But the physical form is of no consequence. I'll say for that Toby will...
Hell no, you're not getting my old man.
Oh dear, oh dear. Don't waste your words on these heathen fools.
Right,
No
he's the
matter.
Birdman.
Soon, at Nippori's sacred Odeo temple.
Oh wow, look, it's that
modern
naming
science
scheme
and
coming back
sacred
again.
wisdom shall be broken, and 2,000 souls shall become one. Inko shall descend.
I feel like 2,000
take
people
possession
getting
of his
mysteriously killed or going
graven
missing should be
image.
really noticeable to like
He
the
shall
Japanese
reveal
authorities. I'm gonna be
his
honest.
true face,
Like, how do they just get away with this for this
and
long?
all will- He shall descend and liberate us from...
You're speaking too slowly for me to care. Too much text. Sorry, I don't care.
Since you're clearly so... I think a demonstration is in order. Dr. Livingstone?
I can't get over that. I'm sure the name is just as silly and as bad of a pun in Japanese. But man, I'm really glad they made it as on the nose in English as well.
Indeed. Though I would liken it more to one of your... Allow me to introduce you to our latest...
Oh right, we're gonna fight Watanabe here.
No.
Oh, that's so sad. That's fucking tragic. That you have to... That the one who kills the Watanabe is actually you. And it's not as bad as in other chapters. That happens in, like, I think 1 or 2 other chapters, but here you actually interact with the Watanabe child, which makes things so much worse, I feel. Alright, what is your weakness? Weak to light, okay. So I can make this guy pass out, right? I can knock you out on his ass! Good night. I fucking missed. That was not worth it. Oh, the effects on this also just sound a little excessive. Also, I'm looking at the audio mixer. The game might be a little too loud. I'll lower it a little bit. There we go. Let's punch him. Let's punch him. He has nearly 1,000 HP. Wow, that's gonna take a bit. God, this robot's very loud. Holy moly. Wait. I don't know if I can get to Matsu in time. Please tell me I have some kind of item that is, like, going to reach. Because not having Matsu is going to make this fight, like, really hard. Okay, we made it. We made it. We just barely made it, and we're just going to pop him. We're going to pop him a Tango Light, because that gives us extra healing, too, and extra stats.
Heads up.
Matsu had no right to die right there. There we go. Ow, fire tile damage, please. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Ow. Holy moly, please. There we go. He's not gonna missile himself when he's literally in range of it. Right? Right? Please?
I don't like it.
You only do 100 damage. Goodness gracious. Ow. Taking another shotgun blast to the face. Ow. Okay. We can just heal him normally now. We're out of the blast zone, so now he's back at full HP. Again, it's always interesting when like fights randomly take this weird difficulty spike. Ow. Like the game itself isn't hard for the most part, but then like they throw fights like this at you, and it's like, why did this suddenly get so much harder? Well, we'll just punch him again. Harimo punch. There we go. The voice filter is really getting to me. Every time he gets hit, he just has to like sound like he's dying. Okay, okay. Ow. Haro, please. Let's see. It hits. This actually might. Oh, he's resistant to this. He's resistant to nuclear too. And fire is gonna be inconvenient because it's gonna start causing fire tile damage. Why does everything here not work out well? Let's see. Okay, 100 damage. Okay, okay. That's good damage. Fist of Rage still also does a lot of damage. So this shouldn't take too long. We're gonna have to use an item though. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Ow. Taro can then heal. This is fine. This is what items are for. It doesn't heal a lot, but the stat up is really what we need this for. There we go. Ow. This might do a lot of damage. Ow, Jesus Christ. Resistant more than half my HP. Thanks, game. Thanks, I really needed to know that that was resistant. We might need to use some more healing items. Yeah, we definitely are. Ow. Yikes.
Not good.
Alright, we can just use another one. We have so many healing items. I don't think there's also going to be any fights other than this where I'm going to really need to abuse healing. So this should be fine. He's almost dead. He's like half HP. Please stop beeping at me. You're like an angry alarm clock. Ouch. Yikes. Now this is dangerous because I have a feeling something's gonna happen where I take damage and then fire tile damage pops. Like this. Fire tile damage. Please no. Please let me move before the fire tile damage pops. Oh fuck. Ow. I fucked up. Please survive this. Oh. Thank goodness. Holy moly, that could have been really bad. That could have been terrible. Alright. We're gonna heal again. And then Matsu should go next, I believe. He's like so close to dying. 197. I just needed him with 2 more of these without missing. Come on. Yeah, just 1 more. Ow, fire. Please don't missile me or crowd control me. We should be able to live through this. Yeah. We have just enough healing for this. Yeah, Akira dying was definitely not the best play. But I'm glad Taro has enough HP for us to live through this fight. Yeah, that works. Look at that. It's like I never had any problems at all. Yeah, imagine getting a game over live alive. That's crazy. God, why was that fight so hard? Like, it wasn't hard as much as it is characters keep on dying.
I've been feeling pretty pumped.
Please stop talking also. Like, Jesus Christ, this robot voice just keeps on going well after it's fallen. Sorry, Watanabe.
The orphanage.
Aww. Holy god, and oh, that's also horrifying.
Dad?
The fact that when the robot explodes, it has all this like blood liquid. Yikes.
You bastards.
Later, kid. Reinforce.
We gotta get out of here, son. I think we're near the end here. The turtle just like,
You can run, but we'll find you. There's no escape.
Yeah, sure, all right. If I'm gonna die, it's gonna be by my own hands. You're not gonna kill me. I think we just ride the buruki daioh now. Well, that's a crazy story.
I see now. Dr. Livingston is behind all this.
Living still.
General Yamazaki is working with him too. And to top it off, praise the only of Odeoten.
That is the explanation.
And it's past time we put an end to it. Got any ideas, Doc?
Ride the buruki daioh.
Well, as always, the Steel Titan. If by some
Right,
miracle
he
we
thinks he
could
can
get
control
him to
it.
live.
I'm sorry, but what on earth is a steel titan?
exactly what he sounds for.
A giant
He was
robot.
a mechanized god king, fashioned by Babylonian sages who commanded it with.
Why
their
did Babylonian sages
psychokinetic
just stash
powers.
their robot in Japan?
A giant that is so... Wait, you've got weird powers. I bet you can make it move.
You're fucking weird. You can make this giant robot
You
move.
can stomp on all the bad guys, crush them like ants and stuff.
Like, yeah, you're a freak.
I'm okay.
Oh, you're not okay. You are terminally ill, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, our young candidate has already tried, and
I wouldn't put it like that, but yeah, didn't work out.
Oh, so you know what's gonna happen.
Psychokinetic powers, huh?
there is an alternate, as we use
Oh,
the
God.
liquefacted Taroima to drive a modest host unit. So
It's pretty big.
We're gonna need a lot more turtles.
I'm afraid
He's so
Tartarus will
simple.
gain the steel titan's size and the
This is insane. It's cracked. I'm so excited for the scene. I really want to see how they redid this whole giant robot fight. No.
Then I'll do it. Turn me into a liquid, Doc.
Turn me into a liquid, Doc. Turn me into juice.
Don't be silly, dear. No one's asking you.
You really just said, yeah, I could die.
mean it. I can do it. I'm sick all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter what happens to me. But if you turn me into a liquid and put me into the robot,
She wants to get into the
I can
robot.
be with my brother forever, forever and forever and ever.
Get into the robot, Akira.
Don't be stupid. This is my mess, and I'll fix it. Just stay out of it.
Huh. Hell with it.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Let me have a crack at piloting the robot.
He's gonna pilot it.
a kind gesture, but futile.
He's goddamn
Quite
Matsu. Of course he can
impossible.
pilot this shit.
Shouldn't underestimate me, Doc. This old dog's learned a lot of new tricks in his life.
I feel like I didn't expect Lawless to sound like that. I expect to have like a gruffer
I'll get
voice.
that tin can of yours moving. You just
Like
see
kind of
if I
like
don't.
Kamina. That's what I know. Like
Nothing's
Gurren Lagann
impossible when you're
came.
too stubborn to surrender.
Like he sounds so straight laced is what his voice is. Like he's not hot blooded enough, I think is my problem. And like he has the energy of someone who'd be like stupidly hot blooded and dumb. Well, like isn't actually dumb. But you don't get that vibe from him, which I think is like my issue with the voice acting. It's not bad. It just doesn't seem like the right direction, I guess. But he definitely sounds like he could be like hot-blooded if he wanted to. And like I think that's like an important distinction to make on when it comes to voice acting, is that sometimes it's about like it's not like they were a bad pick for the voice role, but like the direction is the issue. That they were told to not speak in a way that really fits. Or like that could have been better, I should say. Alright, let's go and ride that giant robot. All I wanna do is you turn into a giant robot, a giant robot. Here. Why is there a loading screen for this? The one advantage SNES has over. Ooh, what's this? My headphones broken? I am so sorry to hear that. Welcome, Clay Guy. Hope you're having a good one. I am cornered in all directions. We're just gonna fight. We're just gonna get into a fight right now. I'm just gonna beat someone the hell up. That's a fucking bulldozer. Hello? Alright. We don't have any new spells. We should just be able to use Mother's Shame again though. Just pop him. I'm good. One day I'll have your lessons again. Yeah, one day. One day the Japanese lessons will come back on Thursdays. It's a lot of planning, I think, is like my thing. So why I haven't like started doing it yet. Cause I guess like I'm afraid that when I do them, like I did them already. Thursdays is the intended day, but it's gonna really depend on how my schedule is gonna be at the academy next year as well. Because there might be things that like keep me busy throughout, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are gonna be busy in general for me, as I'm gonna be coaching esports. But It really just depends on how that all turns out. But yeah, it's a lot of the planning is really the issue for doing lessons, because I had to spend like a good amount of time like studying and making sure that what I write actually makes sense. And I should probably also practice speaking a lot better, because that's always like my issue when it comes to learning languages, is that I learned how to read and everything, but my ability to speak, it always just completely falls to the wayside.
Brimming with conflict. Poor boys run off.
Oh, that's what happens. Oh, he gets drunk. That's what happens. That's why the bar is a part of this town.
Yes,
all right.
Got something for you.
Something for you. Give me the. Let me. You can read. I can sort of read. Like, I can read, obviously, like katakana and hiragana, and I have a fair amount of kanji. And like, if I don't understand kanji, I can easily just put the kanji in jisho and make sure that I know what the sentence is saying. I can do that. I can glean that much information, but it's just I've fallen off a lot of my studies as well. So I guess I'd be starting from 0 too. Let's see. What can I actually put? I feel like the shampoo hat might be. Come on. Yeah, I mean, so like what it is, right? I think I understand enough Japanese that I know when machine translation isn't exactly perfect. Like, that's sort of where I'm at. But sometimes machine translation is not perfect. Can I give you a fish cake and have you turn that into something ridiculous? Turn it into something silly. No, never mind. Because, like, yeah, like, I'll see, like, translation things, like, happen, and things will, like, not make a lot of sense, but, like, I'll know what the translation was trying to go for. So, like, that's sort of, like, the amount of information I have. I know when things, like, aren't exactly right. And, like, I still engage with, like, Japanese media a fair amount and, like, read a lot of Japanese, but I've just slacked off on actually furthering my understanding of the language. So, it's just one of those things. And I should get into, like, studying again, too, because I will... I will still be going to Japan in the future, and going to Japan, I'm probably gonna want to know how to, like, speak the language better. Like, I know you don't need to know the language. A lot of things are still just, like, very conducive for, like, English speakers. Like, it's not hard to exist as an English speaker in Japan, but, like, I would like to understand it better. Oh, cool. That did a lot of damage, actually. What if I just punch this rock? That did no damage. Very disappointing. Ow.
You suck.
Let's just keep on calling up my mom. Let's make them think about their moms. Shut up already. Got him. Just him saying suck it while just conjuring up the spirit of his mother. Very silly. Alright, here we go. This should reach the biker. And kick. Yeah, that's not doing enough damage. Does this hit? Guardian Angel? Guardian Angel? I think we're gonna get a double count here, actually. That's 1 damage, and then another one. There we go. This should give us an opening. Why is one of his strongest moves only a counter? That's so inconvenient. You excited about Splatoon 3? I can't say I'm excited as a lot of other people are, because I've only slightly played Splatoon 2. I've not even played Splatoon 1. I, like, played a couple of online matches when I first got my Switch, but, it's hard to be super excited for a game that you don't play a lot of. I'm happy for the Splatoon fans, though. I'm excited for everyone else. I'm glad that they're getting another game in their series. I would like a new Fire Emblem, please. Like, Splatoon is such a cool game, and, I've, like, watched my students play Splatoon before for competitions, and it's a really fun game to watch, especially, like, seeing a bunch of guys in the same room, like, strategizing together. It's really cool to see that, but, you'll convert me. I mean, I guess it's just one of those things. It's, like, not a game that I am super, super interested in, but, like, even though I'm not interested, I'm, like, happy for people who, like, were really excited for Splatoon. But, like, you know, I'm not gonna be like, there's some people who, like, get really bitter when the games they want to see don't come out or don't get announced. But, like, I couldn't imagine being that bitter. It seems just like a needless use of energy, you know? Like, Some people just get the games they want to play, and you know, good for them.
What? Come to tell me it was stupid to even try? Yeah. Tried to play the hero and ended up acting the fool. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, let's revert to alcoholism. I'm gonna read his mind. He's gonna go back and try to...
Huh? Maybe it's like concentrating really, really hard.
He's gonna try to do psychokinesis with beer.
Something I could use to get this power.
Right, he's gonna try drinking.
What? Yeah, would it be?
Yeah, he's gonna do drugs. I don't stock milk. A tango. So we leave. He's gonna do drugs, and then he's gonna try to pilot the buruki daioh, and then we gotta get it. That's the spoilers. That's what happens. But man, when it happens. Wait a second. I think we just leave and go back in. I don't... the game's not telling us what to do now. Let's see. We read his mind about Matango.
What? It would be the first.
Shut up.
Psychokinesis. Maybe...
God, he's concentrating really, really hard. I think if I read all their minds, probably, it'll give us the information. Yeah, they're all thinking about Matango. So you know it's like some cult drink. It's like they put some stuff inside the Kool-Aid. I guess this isn't where it's supposed to be. If it's not orange here, there's got to be somewhere that's orange. Maybe the Taiyaki stand? I guess we need to go further away. But I guess that's what dependency on the minimap does for you. Oh, we just needed to walk a little bit further. I'm so mad about that. Right, here's the orphanage. Oh wow, who would have saw that one coming? Oh no, they really just fucked off. They're really just circling around like assholes now. Like, they're just rubbing it in by just doing donuts around the orphanage. Like, yeah, commit arson, do donuts. Okay, dude. Like, a little excessive, don't you think? I wouldn't think that that's something to brag about, lighting an orphanage on fire.
Those crusaders came and set the place ablaze. Hayako went inside.
Oh, right. And while we're distracted here, Matsu gets drunk and tries to pilot a giant robot. That's what happens. We like fire. We can have a little bit of arson as a treat.
Let me go.
Yes. And we killed your dad. I'm sorry, kid. Go pop in here. Just like a nice little knock on the door. I'm coming. God damn it. I should be a little bit more mature. Elliot, there's literally arson here. The house is literally on fire. Kira.
Get outside. I'll go.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit, we're all dead. Get the fuck out. God damn it. Now that's a deep cut. Where is she? She's not in her bed. You know, you'd think something like this would be timed also. I'm glad it's not. She in the washroom? You know, very smart of Kaori to hide in the washroom because that's it's got water there, so she can't be lit on fire. You know, I forgot to check this room the entire time. Like, I'm pretty sure there were items in here. That's fine. Cube does not need any stat ups. He'll be okay. Hurry. Okay, she's not in here. She is not in here. Is she in the toilet? No, the toilet's also on fire. That's just rather silly. The toilet's just in flames. It's a toilet. How is it on fire? Come on, just flush, my guy. Where is she? Oh, she's there. The fire went out. Oh, why is she here?
Kaori!
She's dead. She's dead as hell. Was just waiting there. On, get up.
Can you move?
Was she waiting for us the whole time? Seems a little irresponsible. Seems irresponsible to wait that long when your orphanage gets lit on fire. What's actually coming down is some big robot. I think. Yeah, there it is. Oh. 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 There he is. One more try.
Hey, Doc. I want another shot at the robot.
I really don't think there's any.
Trust me. I've got this.
He just did weed and said, I can drive the robot. He just smoked a fat blunt. He's like, bruh, I got this time. His eyes are like bloodshot. How much one? I mean, the conversion of US dollars to yen is pretty similar, like 100 yen to 1 USD. It's not exact, but it's like approximate. I mean, as much as you would for any vacation, I guess.
How did you get your hands on so much Matango?
How'd you get all those drugs?
He's not much will kill you.
He's going ape shit. Pilot it.
Whatever.
You know vacation, but yeah. Like, it's, I mean, depending on how long you go, I guess is the main question. Like, once you've planned out your hotel and everything and, like, where you're gonna stay, like, for spending money, I feel like if you're, like, gonna be there for, like, a week, bringing, like, 1,000 for pocket money, if you really want to be spendy, is probably fine enough. Like, more than enough.
Control this hunk of junk.
You really just, like, downed an entire, an entire plate of, like, weed brownies. There it is. And now the weed's giving him superpower. He's smarter when he's high. Here we go. Now I need his Japanese friends to hang out with. I mean, there's a lot of apps where you can, like, meet and talk to people who are Japanese trying to learn English and vice versa. I know a friend of mine did that. I forget what it was called. Like, it was like Hello Talk or something where, well, like, while he was learning Japanese, he, like, found a group of people that, like, wanted to learn English as well. So they would, like, it was like a language exchange kind of thing. There's, like, programs like that you could probably find online to meet people like that. Our giant robot moment. God, these two still on their date. It's still been one whole day.
There's something I've been meaning to tell you. I know I've kept you waiting in suspense, and for that I'm sorry. But
I'm sorry, I'm gay.
You have?
Yes. Yes, I accept.
Oh.
Oh,
right.
Reiko.
Oh,
And then the giant robot just comes and stomps them. Like, oh god. I like that they've been here the entire game. The entire story. She just runs.
Reiko, come, what about together?
Just immediately dropped at the first sign of danger. Here it is. Apparently the lab goes all the way down here. Give me my giant robot. Sad that they're not using the vocal version, but, like, I understand, because there's probably going to be dialogue. Look at that giant sprite now. I'm glad they still use a sprite for this instead of a 3D model for the overworld. I also, like, love these moments where, like, you know, all the level grinding you did does not matter, because they just give you a giant robot that has insane stats anyway.
What did I tell you, Doc?
What? I like the lack of spaces there. What did I tell you? He's done too much weed, he's too powerful.
Didn't quite catch that.
Think we go to the orphanage first? Yeah, no, the fire's still burning. They've just been standing there this whole time. Or no, I think they get bailed out by the robot. Yeah. I feel like that's not the best thing to do when a child is just in a, like, a burning building. Like, the debris definitely could have just hit them straight in the face. Some Iron Giant ass shit here. It's so anime, I love it.
Steel Titan.
Titan. That's one way to get saved out of a burning building, I guess.
tried to stop him. He devoured a prodigious supply of Matango in the hopes of amplifying his psychokinetic power.
And
what
then
was he thinking? You could die.
he still did it.
Me? Don't make me laugh. I'm a man on a mission.
I'm sad he never brings out the I'm the badass taiyaki salesman.
I'm not going anywhere till this fight's done.
Honestly, downing a shit ton of drugs to gain psychic powers is pretty raw. I'll be honest with you. If I could do that, I wouldn't do it, but like, it's pretty badass. Very hot-blooded 80s anime.
Good thing we came prepared.
They came prepared to fight a giant robot. That's where I draw the line. That's where my suspension of disbelief comes in now. They just had lightning bolts. Okay. Yeah, sure. I believe that. They just knew that the buruki daioh was going to come out of the ground, right? They just expected that to happen. Like, why did they just have anti-giant robot weaponry, like, prepared? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. That all you got?
Matsu, don't!
Help him out, dude! Help him out! You also got psycho powers? Oh, the waves.
Get it together.
Imagine you see your guys, like, getting electroshocked, and you just yell at them because they're getting electroshocked. I love just, like, incompetent bosses like that, just completely not understanding what is happening. So it's just like, you guys got fucked up, it's your fault. It's definitely just your fault. Not a giant robot just did a psycho wave blast of ESP back at me. Kind of whack that that's how he goes out, though. It's just 3 mooks just tasing him. Why is this isn't voice acted, actually? What are you thinking, Cowdy? Also sad. Devoured a fruit. He's saying the same thing. Yeah, I'm also surprised that you can just... that works. Not the natural-born Esper, but just a guy downing a fuck ton of drugs.
There's something you ought to know, kid. About me and your dad.
Right.
There's bad blood between us.
That's the secret. That's the plot twist. This whole time. Of course Lawless was a gang member.
Back in the day.
There's the big reveal. The badass that we were following the whole time was a gang member.
When I still led the Crusaders.
The fact that it has to load cuts between this cutscene really takes you out of it. It should have just been in the same map and just like panned over or something. But it has to load each flash of the flashback. SNES games just hit different, I guess.
It was crazy. Places all over Japan like war zones. Military took everything I had to keep my people in line.
He was a good gang leader who was trying to keep his bad gang members in check.
Last chance to cooperate, Matsui. Army boys are tired of asking. Been too much violence already. Too many victims. It's got to stop.
Still don't get it, do you? You're just another tool of oppression.
You're a naive fool if you think your gang of misfits stands a chance against.
He really just said ACAB.
Games, Matsui.
Says General Yamazaki's lapdog.
Didn't
have a
to be
shootout.
This way, but you left me no choice.
I also like that he's in the gang outfit too. Like he's wearing the silly mask. Oof. Quicker on the draw. He really just pulled that on him, like cold-blooded.
One heartbeat. One moment. Stretch into eternity.
Kira was just hiding there the entire time. He didn't even know, because he was wearing a mask. I like how Kira's his power stance.
Take it back. That you'd never forgive me.
Matsu.
Stay strong. You can't give up now.
It was pretty sad, though.
Don't you worry. Men like me don't die that easy.
God. Did someone say death flag?
Kid, we gotta get this thing to the temple in Nippuri and stop those bastards before it's too late.
He overdosed. Well, that's literally what he did. No. He overdosed on ESP drugs so he could do magic, and now he cannot do any of that.
It can wait. You've done enough for one day.
Enough.
This is where we get that Gurren Lagann Gattai. We combine our psychic powers.
Sometimes you gotta own up to your mistakes. Consequences be damned. Am I right?
Definitely one of like the heavier story sequences, like story chapters, I should say. Like there's a whole this could be like a whole movie.
It's incredible.
Actually, there was it was heavily inspired by movies, so that tracks.
Kenichi.
I will say that the presentation looks a lot more emotional here than it did in the SNES, where it was like fucking like 16 by 16 pixels for each character. Like it's way more expressive, which I appreciate seeing, even with such small sprites.
All of you.
He's kicking them out. We're doing it, except for you, Matsu. I also can't get over how like ridiculous Akira's getup is compared to like everyone else's outfit. Like the weird scarf and the open jacket. Very strange outfit choice when like Taiko's literally wearing like a sweater and like leggings. And, like Matsu's just wearing like a biker jacket. Like I get that he has to be the main character, but like why does he stand out so much? Like the scarf really just gets it for me. Like it looks like antenna. Like he has goggles too, I'm pretty sure. Let's go. He pulls the turtle out.
Come on, Matsu. It's like you said, right? I know you're still in there.
He basically just gets liquefied into the robot.
Fight to finish.
God. And that was pretty good delivery. That scream. But then we don't get the hot-blooded battle music. We just get this. We get some more silence.
I can't believe it. He's doing it. He's controlling the Steel Titan.
This is for you, Kamina. Well, I guess Kamina didn't kill Simon's dad. A little bit different. He just put him against the wall.
This is it, Matsu. Straight on to Nippuri. They think they got us beat. That it's impossible for us to win.
Cue the music. Let's go!
Nothing's impossible. When you're too stubborn to surrender.
He's also going Super Saiyan. I just noticed his hair was glowing gold. I really wish they gave you the vocal track for like the walk up to the final boss. There's a giant chicken. There's the final boss of this chapter. And they're ready to.
Boy, do your
boy.
For I have an army at my disposal.
It's fucked up that they just have anti-tank weaponry.
To destroy you.
And now we get to walk around. I always love when they give you just super overpowered shit. And you can just walk through things. Like, they say that they have an army to stop us, but, like, it's not real. It's not, like, an actual, like, they're not gonna do any damage to us, really. We're fucking huge. We're the goddamn Steel Titan. Marduk's Rage. Like, look at this shit. They just do so much damage. Yeah, 1 kill and 2 at half HP. He might have an army, but we have a Hulk. Oh wait, halogen laser. You guys are weak to this. What are they gonna do? Damage? Like no damage to us. Halogen laser. Wah.
It's laser time.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage. That is what I should have done at first. Literally have a Hulk. I also love when they do that, like when you're in a giant robot, or like you're not yourself. So it just starts playing like, you start hearing just like the voiceover filter. Also, look at that. Look at the status screen. I love that. You just see Akira with him just going Super Saiyan. It's just, the presentation for the menu is just so good. Alright, let's just go up. These guys think that they're gonna pose any threat to me. I'm just gonna keep on firing my laser, I'm pretty sure. I'm like pretty sure, yeah, I'm a firing my laser.
It's laser time!
Does this one hit? Yeah, we don't have to... What are these fights, or simply just interactive cutscenes? Now, obviously, the Steel Titan can't get any experience because literally look at it already. And we just go up here. More planes. Now, these guys really fucked up. These guys really think they stand a chance. They have aligned very poorly also. Yeah, I think one of them is not in range. Wait. All of them are in range. This is a mistake. You guys should have gone back home.
It's laser time!
I just find it silly how long that laser animation goes. You think it would be like a multi-hit move? No. The laser just sits on the screen for like 3 seconds before you see the damage. It's like that wondering like, how long is it going to take for this to kill? Very long, actually. Right. Is it just going to be 3 fights back to back to back? Or is it just going to be a lot of tanks? Oh, it's a lot of tanks. That is a lot of tanks. I guess I just do this, right? And then I just move down and then do it again.
God, demon, or whatever, you're going down!
I love that. How convenient, and then I slide down. No, not their tank cannons. That did 32 damage out of my how much HP? Hello? I have so much HP that none of this matters. This is all just for flavor. Which, you know, I can appreciate fights that are done for the sake of, like, showcasing things for story purposes. Like, I literally have 2,000 HP. There's, like, no way you die to these fights because you just heal between each battle anyway. So we just fire a laser twice.
It's laser time!
And we walk up to the temple. The only issue is that the animation just takes so long, and it takes so long to get through these fights. But otherwise, kind of just walk through. You just kind of like walk on these guys. Wait, that just killed out all of them. I see. I see. Convenient that I just took care of all of those at once. Let's save one last time because we're at the end of this chapter now. What is this thing? I really think that this is gonna stop me. What is this? I bet it has like 2 HP. Oh, Vengeful Dragon. Let's just see. 896, and it's weak to punches. Oh, I want to punch this thing so badly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that didn't do as much damage as I hoped it would do. Oh, this thing has a maser cannon? That's like what Cube learns. Oh, wait, that did 360 damage. Ouch. What if I just punch him again? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's dead in like 2 more hits. Flame Jet. Look, you can't have a jet that looks like that and have the highest pinch like bouncing spring effects for when you're about to cast an attack. That just doesn't work. That makes it sound so unintimidating. Uh-oh. Wow, this is almost a threatening fight. Almost. Almost. Time to send you into next Tuesday, buddy. Bonk! I fucking missed. Hello? Excuse me? Okay, maybe I took a little bit more damage than I wanted to. That's okay. Ow. But this time, for real, you're dead. Right? You're dead? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Good enough. You don't even get a death quote. Why are you acting like you're such a boss enemy? You didn't even say anything when you died. I guess I should save after this now, right? I figure I can move. Yeah, goodbye, sir. Yeah, we can save here. Yeah, that fight took a little bit of time, but we should be wrapping this chapter up. Nope, nice and tightly with a bow. You know, 3 hours, just like the last one. And this I think is like the longest chapter. I think Prehistoric might be long too, depending on how I approach the crafting. But other than that, we should probably be able to do the Distant Future and Prehistoric chapters next time. Oh, these guys are not ready.
Impossible! I sent my best against him, and still...
Did like maybe half my health at most.
I pity you, unable to comprehend the elegance of our design. The convergence of mankind, a melding of what? Our bodies, minds, and soul. No more disparity, a world devoid of discord and strife.
I need Discord. Wait, you can't do that. I still need to use that to talk to people.
We renounce our mortal shells to embrace our destiny. Of course, I doubt you could ever understand.
Is he just gonna steal his soul at the end? I forget.
Minions kept you occupied. We offered up 2,000 souls.
Just all in that time you did?
60,000 liters of liquefacted humanity.
So 60,000, if it's 2,000 people, I guess that says that each human was 30 liters. That doesn't seem right to me. How do you get 30 liters from a person?
Come unto us. Oh, great one.
Yeah, right. 2,000 times 30 is 60,000. Or I guess they mix it with the lake, so that's where a lot of the liters come from. I guess that's how that works out. Wouldn't the lake overflow at that point? I don't know. It seems weird to me. Maybe they dug it deeper.
Look now to the statue of Inko. Rejoice!
Anyways, yeah, it's all dramatic and everything. Giant chicken boss fight. Oh yeah, all the birds start flying into it, isn't it? That's how that goes. That's all the liquefacted humans. Or the spirits of them, I guess. I still don't get how this is supposed to be a symbol of hatred, as all the final bosses are. I guess it's the concept that humans are being used against their will to form and merge together into one. I guess this is where this concept of hatred is supposed to come into, like, the concept of, like, being forced against your will to do things. Because each of them, each boss is supposed to be some kind of concept of hatred.
That thing's no god of mine, and I'm not melding with these freaks or anyone else.
Still with me?
Come on, Matsu. Let's finish this, Matsu! I accidentally pressed A through it. I'm sorry. That line was going to be so cool too, probably. Also, look at how much space we don't have in this boss fight. Just two giant fuckers in the ring. What are you weak to? No weaknesses. I assume I can just pop the halogen laser.
It's laser time!
Let's see how much damage it does.
You cannot harm him.
138. That's a little low.
There's no need to struggle.
Okay. How much damage is he gonna do? He's doing a counter too, so he's gonna get 2 attacks on us.
You suck.
Didn't even hit. All that build up for me to not even have to worry. Okay. Let's see Babylon Stomp. But he has the same amount of HP. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Okay. Odeo Showa. What is this? He's speaking at me really viciously. I can't use my... Oh, fuck, I can't use my legs. Wait, that's really bad. He resists this, but it lowers attributes, so it might not be the worst choice. Let's see. It still did more than the halogen laser, and we got some kind of stat lowering. Let's see how much Metal Strike does.
I'm a fistful of metal.
Okay, it does the same amount. As long as we have some attack to do 300 damage. He's kicking my robot. I still feel like I win that exchange. Like, a giant chicken kicking a giant metal robot. I think I'd put my odds on the metal robot, if I'm gonna be honest. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh no, he spit on me. Also, am I just bound? No, okay. We got back our legs early enough, at least. Yeah, don't. This doesn't seem like a very threatening boss fight. Again, it's just that concept of them like giving you this super overpowered character for story purposes, but then I don't see how you lose this boss fight really. It's Marduk's Rage him, I guess. Like, we might be debuffed, but still do a lot of damage. And once we once we get our hands back, oh buddy, you're done. You're in for it. Oh. I think we just need to hit him one more time, as long as it doesn't miss. Please stop. Please stop binding my arms. I would appreciate being able to actually move. You can't just say that to a giant god like that. That just... Telling the giant god of hatred, how about a giant boot to the head? Alright. Very disappointing that you spent the past 20 years of your... the past years of your life sacrificing 2,000 people just for it to get killed by a 16-year-old and a giant robot. That's anime for ya. Down we go. I like when its eyes are closed too. It's sleeping. It's taking a big nap. There we go.
Impossible. What's happening?
Feel really bad for you there. Is there another boss fight that follows this? There might be. I forget.
I can't get out. It's pulling me under.
But it's still playing the dreadful music here, so I forget if there's a second phase. Brothers, you chose this life. This is your own doing. I can't help you here. I'm in the giant robot. I don't got good dexterity.
Freaks ought to be got what they wanted in the end.
You're just like, yeah, fuck those guys.
Hands off! Damn lake's trying to swallow us too. Shit.
All right, Matsu, this is where you get up, right? This is where you wake up.
Come on.
Uh-oh. He's going Super Saiyan 2. This is a Super Saiyan beyond Super Saiyan. Actually, it has been a long time, so there's only like parts that I remember. How the actual ending is.
Hey.
Yeah, it cuts back to a happy ever after.
Hey, wake up! Get
I
up
see the
already!
eyes at the end. You know, I saved the world. Watanabe. Imagine if it ends with it was all just a dream.
Come on, man. You've been on break forever.
God, yeah. Oh no, this is. It's kind of badass. I love this.
Be right there.
I do love how this ends. Yeah. Because Matsu's gone now, so someone else needs to be the new taiyaki salesman. Damn, I really want taiyaki now. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. I'm gonna eat good. Taiyaki, man, he took his stand because Matsu's gone. I don't recognize any of these voice actor names, by the way. Like, I'm looking at the English names. None of these names ring any bells. And he's selling them and probably not ripping them off. The orphanage, no longer a victim of arson. Or I guess it was a victim of arson, but now it's all rebuilt. Having been a victim doesn't mean you weren't a victim. And there's Taiko doing all the laundry. I would risk it all. I mean, anyway. Look at that. I wonder if Akira still lives in the orphanage now that he's managing the taiyaki stand. Like, I wonder if he ended up getting his own house. He has his motorcycle too, I'm pretty sure. Like, I wonder if he just still stays there. Man, this kid got captured by, like, gangsters, and he's still choosing to, like, leave the house, like, almost unsupervised. Literally just does not learn. And there's just watching wrestling. Let's just skip the credits. There it is. There it is. Motorcycle Ruin. Oh, he's got his bike and everything. See you around, it's cowboy. I don't know what the boat's supposed to represent, actually. I feel like the boat's supposed to be symbolic of something, but... supposed to represent. There we go. So 2 more chapters. Why is that in like 3 streams? We got through almost most of the game. But, that being said, we should go and find someone to raid into. Let's go back to this chapter select here. And actually, I can just turn this to sleep mode, and we'll go to the chatting screen as I find who to raid into next. Actually, no, we'll stay on this screen just so I can have the music. Let's put on the jukebox. Let's put on some of that sci-fi, that near future. We have so many blanks there. Put on Buruki Daioh. Well, let's see who's online. Let's see who we can raid into. Oh, the audio's gonna just do that clipping thing where it's like, my computer's struggling to listen. Oh, my computer is not having anything right now. I have an instance of Cookie Clicker running, and I guess Cookie Clicker takes a lot for my computer to load for some reason. Yeah, this is not gonna work. There we go. You know what? We're not gonna try to make my computer struggle any more than it has to. We'll just go and switch to the chatting screen. Oh, too close. There we are. Let's see who is online right now. Let's see what people are doing on this lovely Twitch, on this funny quote site. It's quotation marks, right? It's quotation marks that they use on Twitch as an icon. Is online. See who could rate it. Let's go and pay a visit. Go and rate. I wonder if Ultra Kill got an update. I wonder if that's why I'm seeing people on that. Let's go and raid in. I haven't raided Turn to a while. Go to a more comfy stream, you know. Let's go and raid into Tammy, who is currently playing Garden Story. So, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. I will be streaming a karaoke. It's my birthday on Wednesday, so I'm excited for that, to do some singing, some good old tune singing on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I'm going to be playing some more Fire Emblem, finishing up Binding Blade. And that should be the week. That's 4 streams. You know, don't want to overdo it with streams, even though I am on break, you know. You don't want to overdo it. So let's go and raid into Tammy Cat, who's been going for only an hour, so that should be fine. And have a good rest of your day, everyone. I will see you all soon.